this year that I use. The charm stuff that I don't use it. It's really good at what it does. You can do a quick presentation for our today's donut, and then we'll get started after that.
Just a bunch of information you can use.
Did you hit record?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Dick Walker.
All right, good morning. I brought some very, very unhealthy nutritional food here. Gotta make sure you keep your sugar off, especially when you're in classes like this. And anyway, thank you, Michelle, for inviting me. I really appreciate it. My name is Kevin Mathers. I'm the owner of KGM Home Inspection. And I'm one of a few inspectors that worked on the preferred list here out of this office. Sean Bacon is one, Joe is one, there's a couple others. These are all great guys, and we actually get together on a regular basis and talk. So, you know, if somebody says, well, I use Sean, I'm not offended, quite frankly, I'm better if you're using a guy like that, okay? But just wanted to give a little bit of a chance to introduce myself. I handed out some packets here. We'll go through right quick with you. This is what we hand to our buyers or sellers, you know, to get a free inspection as well. We give them kind of a homeowner's manual, some information on us, of course. And then this packet here, we don't usually provide it with this entire packet. I put this together for you. These are handouts that we give away with there. Everything from what to ask your home inspector. Okay, we want to make sure that people are informed. To garage door inspections. I mean, these are just different things that come up. These are produced usually by a couple of different agents out there for electrical, plumbing, things like that. So you can use these. If you want these in a PDF, you have my email address. Shoot me an email, and I'll email them to you as well. So you can have them in your toolbox if you want to use them for anything. Okay. So again, home inspections. You know how it is. How many in here? 1 year, 2 year, 10 year? 1 month. You're brand spanking new.
I have.
That's okay. That's all right. Hey, you know what? I was 1 month old too at one point in time, so I get it. I own my company for 9 years now, so I've been doing this for a while. I have another full-time inspector that works with me as well. So we have buyer agents in here, seller agents, combination of both.
Mostly I think new agents.
New agents?
Have all the experience. Are you looking at a team, right?
I am.
I just came off of a team, so now I'm buying and selling.
Okay. Okay. So again, with new agents, we're not the enemy, contrary to popular belief. You know, although we're often called necessary evil for sellers and for agents. We're here to provide an education, not only for the buyers, the sellers, if it's a pre-listing inspection, but primarily for you, so that every time you go in to show a home, you're going to have that much more information to be able to go in with and answer questions. And before we leave here, I know I don't have more than 2 hours to talk, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a takeaway before we go. We'll yes, no, okay. If you have any questions at all, please just holler out as well. So we service the entire Chicago metropolitan area. We do small commercial, everything from 2 flat to 14 unit buildings. So there really isn't anything that we haven't done or haven't conquered, per se. You know, we're no different than anyone else. Of course, the burning question is, well, how much you charge for an inspection? You know what? We're right around the national average with everyone else. We're going to be between 300 and 400, just kind of depends on the unit. Multi-unit buildings and commercial, it's kind of a case-to-case basis. We never know what we're getting. So, kind of give you an idea. Average 325 to 300. Okay, so just kind of throw that out there right off the get-go. And again, that's kind of what's the national average. Little tidbit for you. Did you know there are only 38 states that require licensing for home inspectors? You want to be an agent in Missouri? You don't know who you're going to get. There's actually no regulation for home inspectors in Missouri. You can go down and print a business card and be a home inspector. That's kind of scary, isn't it? In Illinois, just kind of give you a little bit of a background. There's 40 hours of classroom, there's 40 hours of online. That's just to qualify just to get a state license. Okay, Illinois doesn't require a license for home inspectors. we're on the same schedule you are for agents. We have to renew every 2 years on the even year. We actually fall underneath the real estate umbrella because it was the real estate agents who pushed to have home inspectors be licensed, which rightfully so. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because we're there to kind of help as somewhat of a liability shield for you all. Okay, is what we want to do. So with that being said, I'm also a technical instructor. I teach 2 things. The very first one here, I'm actually licensed in the state of Illinois to provide CDCs for real estate agents. The classes I teach are free. I don't charge. You know, they're good for 3 elective credit hours for each class. I've taught some classes here. I've taught some classes at the Oklahoma office as well. You know, if you want to get a class together, all I look for is at least 5 people to be able to have the class, be able to teach that. You can set something up either with Barb or wherever you have. I mean, I come to the office. All you have to do is show up, try and stay awake. Although I try to keep the PowerPoints interesting. I know PowerPoints are brutal. I get it. Okay. But the classes on here, these are taught to kind of from a home inspection basis. So that boring. It's not like some of the core classes you have to take every single year. So I had to go through half the core classes you had to license just in 6 days. They're boring. I understand. So I try and keep them interesting when I teach them. But the classes are free. I never charge for them. I don't actually feed you. I'll bring food. I mean,
So he doesn't charge, and
yeah. I mean, what you know, feed them and they will come, they say. So I learned that marketing years and years ago. Even if I wasn't teaching anything, if I had food, people would show up. So take a look at that. If you're interested, contact me. You want to set something up, whether it's through this. Is everyone here out of this office? This here, or one? Okay. With Barb, if you want, or just basically I'll just be in classroom. That's it. Okay, and then pretty much I go from there. I'm also a technical instructor for AHIT, which is American Home Inspectors Training. Okay. The reason I'm giving you all this background is that I'm not your typical guy that worked in the trades, although I came from a roofing background, and I decided to be a home inspector. Okay. I come from the education side of it, which I feel in today's market is a lot more valuable than just going out to the yes, okay. You can figure that out. So I travel. In fact, I'm going to be in Nashville for a week next week. I actually certified and licensed in home inspector. Okay, so that's from AHIT. That's who I graduated from 9 years ago. It's one of the top schools in the United States for that as well. So when you're getting KG, I mean, I'm getting a guy that can climb roofs, and we do climb roofs whenever possible. You're getting somebody that's got the education behind it. So that's kind of my little self-using skill. Okay. I'm not going to take up too much more time here for you, but go through these. If you have any questions, email me, call me. One of the things I give an option to any agent, I don't care whether you use me or not. I mean, I hope that you would, but if you're using another home inspector, that's great. Get the home inspector. Believe it or not, I still hear where agents say, well, the home's brand new, it doesn't need an inspection. Or it was inspected last year when they had it on the market, so you don't need to get it inspected again. I've heard this verbatim. Like, that scares me. Especially the more and more things that we're finding out there in today's homes. So do your research on your inspector. Again, the inspectors that work out of this office, trust me, we've been vetted. And Keller Williams is very good about that. Making sure they just don't have some guy that's out there. And I know the other inspectors that work out of this office, we actually collaborate on a monthly basis. We talk about you just when you talk about us. So. So, but it's great. It used to be where a lot of home inspectors would try and work their business away from getting agent referrals. So they get, the business goes down. We still want a referral base. We don't want to have to live and die with your business. And that mindset's slowly changing to where it's more of a team concept. There's still some out there, that kind of talk back and forth with it. There's some home inspectors out there that kind of go back and forth with it as well. Quite frankly, it's you, it's me, it's the appraiser, it's the mortgage banker, it's the agent. We're all on the same team. We're all working the same client. And that client can fire any one of us at any point in time. And sometimes we lose sight of that. So, yes,
One thing is newer agents to keep in mind is keep home inspectors' cards because of the busy season comes, you only have it 5 days to get a home inspection. And they book up quick sometimes, so you need backups to backups to backups. So
Yeah.
keep them all handy.
excellent point. I mean, I can go on and on about scheduling. I mean, I just got a call the other day, can you go home inspection this afternoon?
Yeah.
It's September. I'm a week and a half out right now, you know? Well, I didn't find out till today that I only had 5 days. Inform your clients, look, the clock's ticking, you get the offer, the clock is ticking, boom, 5 days, maybe 7, maybe 10, I know it depends on the lender and the property and other things like that, okay? But 5 days, you know, not all home inspectors even work weekends. You know, we do during the busy season. People say, well, when do you work? When do you work? Right? 24/7, 365. Pretty much, yes.
Well, I don't be always an option. And you also mentioned it is required regardless, whether it is a brand new or old, regardless how old or how new it is. And the question is, let's say if the house was built in 2019 sometime.
You get it inspected.
Right, so I need to know why it is needed, the house was built in 2019 as long as, because you are seeing everything, in the disclosure about the property, and it says about, hot water tank was built or this smaller and this big, right, and this and who was put on that, and stuff like that, so I'm wondering why we need, a home inspection, as long as you're seeing through all the details in the disclosure. Yes, it does make sense totally, I mean, if the house is pretty old, yeah, then we could have somebody to look.
All right, that's a great question. So I'm gonna ask you a question. The disclosure tells you what? It tells you it was done, right? We put the roof on, we did the plumbing, we did the electrical. And that was usually done by one of the guys in the municipality, whatever that is, the code, whatever the code may be, that town or that village. I mean, all varies all over the place, that's why we don't follow code. Who was it done right?
Right.
New construction is a nightmare, I'm gonna tell you that right now. It is a nightmare. I'll come away with a report twice the size as I would a home that's 50 years old. On new construction. Yeah. And I hear that a lot. Well, it's brand new. What could go wrong? Well, I got 1 year warranty on the home. Okay, do you really want to have to use it? Would you rather have it fixed before you move in? Right. We just, in a perfect example, my associate did a brand new home out in Romeoville Friday. And the stuff that he found, he was calling me. He said, I've never seen a new construction this bad. It was just horrible. And we're not even talking code. You know, we don't call out code. Just things that weren't finished, things that were finished poorly. You have to remember the builder, he's not there. He's got subcontractors. He may stop by once a week and pay him. And he's depending on the local code guys. And if he's buddy with the municipality, then guess what? The code guy, I'll tell you this, I've seen it.
Oh, that's pretty.
You know, along the driveway, check, oh, you're gonna fix that, right? Yeah, okay, check. I've seen it. That's a disservice to your client, my client. Okay, especially when they're depending on all of these people to make sure that the major, probably the biggest investment of their life is being okay. And what's the other thing you have to remember is, and I get that too, well, the building department came in and they passed it. Well, they passed. Well, they passed the plumbing. What did he look at? Well, he looked at this pipe. Okay. Did he flush your toilets? Did he fill up the bathtub? Did he try the whirlpool? Did he run all the sinks? Did he actually pull the stopper down to run the sink water to put pressure on to see if it leaks? No, I can tell you, they don't do that. I've gone up in the brand new annex where it's fully insulated, but all the insulation's still in the bags. Just stacked in the corner. It's never been so.
I think sometimes too, new construction, they're on timelines to rush and go on to the next one, so they may have. Yeah, well, and they had temporary art. So I had new construction, and I didn't get a warranty, and a home inspection, I did ready for the probably a little bit, and I learned my lesson in it.
Yeah, I mean, and some great points.
It protects your client, and you're doing your job, by telling them to get it.
Right,
If they waive that right, that's up to them, but you insist that that's the best thing to do. A couple $100 is gonna save them thousands in the long run, so always insist just to cover your back if you are looking out for it.
Yeah, great points. Thank you for that contribution. I mean, I did this. I mean, you heard it. You didn't hear it from me. You're one of yours, you know, basically. We don't have crystal balls. You know, if we did, we wouldn't be having home inspection. We'd all be in Vegas with it. But yeah, it doesn't matter what the construction is. I mean, we've done everything. The oldest home I did was built in 1843, which is really kind of cool. 115-year-old home, and our client will say, well, it's 100 years old. Well, that's actually good news for you. Why is that? Well, it's been here for 100 years. It's probably going to be here another one. Quite frankly, as the risk of a cliche, they don't build them the way it is.
Things were better, so better back then.
Yeah, and I tell my clients as well, you know, you've got a 100-year-old building, you're going to have 100-year-old characteristics and defects. The floor's going to slope? Yeah. The wall's going to be out of plumb? Yeah. That's what you're buying. You know, it's not going to be written up in the report as call a contractor out, fix the floor, and fix the thunder. It's like, dude, it's 100 years old, not going to do this. It's characteristics. There's a big difference. So we always have that conversation. We have someone that's caught up in the awe of a 110-year-old building. I love doing buildings as well. So real quickly, what I'd like everyone to do is take out your phone. Okay, I'll give you permission to use your phone. All right, and what I want you to do is, I want you to type in, Carrier AC age. Just want you to type that into your search engine, whatever it is, Google, Safari, whatever you have. Carrier AC age. Okay. So everyone pull up the page. Now normally it's either going to be one, it's going to be on the first page. There's going to be a paragraph in there, Building Intelligence Center. Okay. So when you find that, click on Building Intelligence Center. That's going to take you right to the page where it's going to tell you how old, whether it's AC, whether it's furnace. It actually works with any mechanical device, water heater, toaster. It'll give you different examples of the serial number. Now you will need the serial number. Now, a furnace, you may not be able to get that. A lot of times it's inside the box, right? But AC units, I mean, that's a question, right? Two questions. How old is it, and how many tons is it? I'm going to tell you how to find a tonnage as well, just by looking at the data tag. Real simple. Okay? So you can find the age of anything there right on site. We use this all the time. It's kind of a little home inspector cheater that we use. We can't see the date. And the dates are always going to be inside the serial numbers, by the way, usually encrypted, but they're pretty easy to find. Okay, so Building Intelligence Center. Even if you go to that website, you can type in, carrier, train, reading, whatever it is that you're looking at. If it doesn't have a date printed on the label. And this is always a good thing to do. I don't know how many times, we go through the listings, so we've got an idea of what we're going to, although listings I kind of take with a grain of salt. And we'll say, new furnace. And I'll look at the data tag and I'll see it's 1997. Well, I guess it's newer in relationship to the home that was built in 1940, but it's not by any stretch of the imagination new. So kind of ways to, you can, just a little something there you can use on your phone. Okay. With air conditioners, a lot of times you may or may not get asked, but how big is the air conditioner? What's the charge? And if you tell your client, most of the time, they're not going to know whether it's enough or not anyway, unless they're an HVAC person. In the model number, there's going to be a number that's divisible by 12. So it says 48, it's a 4-ton unit. It says 36, it's a 3-ton unit. It says 44, it's a 2-ton. It says 42, sometimes you may find that, or 30, like a 42 would be like a 3.5-ton unit, so they work the halves. You can actually tell how big the AC unit is. Again, some kind of our little cheaters that we use in the field that we can provide information to try and answer as many questions as we possibly. All right, thank you. I won't take up any more of your time. Are there any questions about anything at all? Okay. If you have any, you've got my contact information. I'm not hard to find on social media, all over the place. If you want to find out a little bit about from customers, you go to Home Advisor, or on my Facebook page. I've got 105 reviews on Home Advisor as well, so, I'm not hard to find out there. The other thing, again, that I allow agents to do is, and you can utilize this or not, if you're showing a client a home, or you're listing a home, whatever the case may be, and you're walking through the home, and you see something, and you're not quite sure what it is, what it does, or should it look like that? And your intuition will normally tell you, it's like, I don't know if that's right. Okay? Text it. Send me a text. Hey, Kevin, please identify yourself. I get texts all day long. You just say, hey, what do you think about this? Or what is this? Or does this look right to you? Okay. Use me as your lifeline. Don't worry, I'm not going to invoice you for text. I just want to try and help you when you're in the field. If you preferred me, and I know this goes with the other inspectors that work out of this office, I have two jobs. One is to educate my client, right? Because I work strictly for that. Two is, they need to understand, and they need to know when you refer, whether it's me, or whether it's Sean, or whether it's Joe, that you made a good decision on their part. Basically, I need to make you look good, the right way. Okay, so that's one of our jobs.
And vice versa.
Pardon?
And vice versa.
Yes, absolutely.
It's our job to make them look good.
Yeah.
That we respect them and we respect their opinion and their guidance.
New agents, another real tip, when you have you start to go through your first couple home inspections, don't ever ask the home inspector, how much longer are you gonna be? I guarantee you'll take an extra 30 minutes. It'll take as long as it takes. With that, I mean, we don't want to be there any longer than anyone else, quite frankly, but there's certain things, and sometimes we get into stuff, it's kind of like following a trail right across. And, sometimes we can be there extra 30 minutes. The client may have, I've had clients that haven't asked me a question the whole time, and I've had clients that it's like over 100 questions in the course of an hour. I'm here, I'm there for them. It's as long as it takes. Okay, so just, future, just don't ask your inspector how much longer you want to be.
With that being said, only because I know some agents don't like to attend their home inspection. What are your thoughts on that? I know what my thoughts are on that. Obviously, it's good to see me all the time.
We work in all kinds of ways. I mean, and it's just not Keller Williams, it's all the different companies that we work for. Some agents are there, some agents want to be there, some agents are there for the whole time, some agents show up toward the end. We prefer the agents to be there. I want you to see what I see, especially if you find a major issue. Because now, and there's a lot of agents too that will, when I find something major, they're automatically texting the listing agent and say, hey, this is what we found, just want to give you a heads up. It's being proactive. And your client's going to feel better if you're there. At least that's my personal opinion. Okay? But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Again, I understand. We also have Century keys, so we can get into Century boxes as well, just again for future reference. So, yes.
Do you have, are you a member of the MLS?
Yes.
So we could let you, like, until they go in and get a code.
Yeah.
He could go get it himself, right? He could schedule his own.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a key.
Right.
Yeah, we've got a key. In order to get that key to the real estate board that I joined, I had to go through the background check. Basically, I had to go through everything you had to go through to get your key.
They know that there's a fine or something if you get some online.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, sure. No, I understand that. I totally get that. Yeah. And again, a lot of times too, even if I've got a key, and if I know the agent's going to be showing up, I still won't want house to be usually, unless I know what's going to come. Okay, then it's like I do my thing, try to get in and out here, we'll close up, lock up as soon as I can. But I always prefer the agent to be there whenever possible. If not, it's okay. The buyer, we definitely want them there, so we can ask as many questions as they have. We get the reports out. There's inspectors out there say, I'll have the report out to you in the driveway. I'm not a big fan of that, quite frankly, but I will have it out within 24 hours, usually the same day. I usually get it out the same day. A, I'll wake up to it the next morning, and B, there's a time crunch here. But I'm not going to walk out the front door and deliver the driveway. I always go through my reports. I try and add as much education information and links to certain things. So my buyer's gonna have a lot more information other than the checkbox that says it's a rental service. Okay. Because most home buyers, they don't have a clue. I don't mean that in a bad way, they just don't. They just don't, even contractors. I've had contractors that have hired me because their agents all over them about it. And when you're done with the inspection, the contractor's like, I had no idea. I just figured you wanted a question for it. But we do that too, but we do take it, quite a bit deeper than that. So, I work for a lot of contractors, I work for a lot of investors as well. They understand the value of it. What I tell people is, I'm gonna be the smallest check you're gonna write, save you the most money. Okay. Any other questions? Yes?
You mentioned about a central. Maybe I'm at a different part of it, Main Street. You have a centralized labs?
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
they're saying key.
Well, I've got the TSG card, but I just basically use the app. It'll be
Okay.
Yeah, it'll pull up. Yeah, I mean, I've got the whole magnetic, I don't ever use it, I just use the Century app. It's easier, Bluetooth opens it up. The only time I get hung up is when they've got the box on there, it says, you must call for showing code. It's like, okay, well, it kind of defeats the purpose, but, so unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to get one of those, so that's got to come from the Steve College. Yeah, but I don't know what those are. Okay. All right, any other questions? Okay, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Let you get back. Michelle, thank you so much.
Sure, thanks for coming
You've got a great instructor here. I've never seen you on this.
What are you talking about? I got my inspection. Trust me.
I saw a few people come in. Everybody get one of these?
Yeah, I handed it on.
Okay, all right, just want to make sure.
All right, so my name is Michelle. I've been in business for almost 2 years. So I've had my license for 2 years, but I tried doing real estate and a full-time job at the same time. And that really didn't work well for me. So I had to pick one, so I chose real estate. So I left my corporate job at Jeff Door.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Everybody have a great day.
You too. I left my corporate job June of last year. I am currently on the Chicago South End Home team. I am in the process of transitioning off. So a little bit about my career. I was a solo agent for 6 months. Went on Chicago South End Homes for I had 10 months almost, and I'm going to be transitioning off back to solo agent. Okay, so I have the best of both just to tell you the best about being a solo agent, and I can tell you the good things about being a team, as Julie can. So you can ask me questions on that. Kevin is the inspector that Chicago South End Homes uses. As transitioning off of that team, I will be using him. Because I absolutely love the report he is, love how he treats my client. He's really good. So that's my plug for Kevin. So we're gonna go around. You guys are gonna introduce yourselves to me. I know I've seen a few of you around, not many, but introduce yourself, tell me your name, how long you've been in business, what makes you real estate. So who wants to start?
My name is Sandra Brown. I've had my license since the end of June. I started at the end of July, and I've been a stay-at-home mom, and I've received it in the real world.
That was a budget.
Still is.
How old are your kids?
They're going to be 17 and 18 in November, and they are taking out this morning.
And the 13-year-old and the 10-year-old are coming for
Just sounds like the kid, the kid, or the.
Wi-Fi.
They changed the map. Just change the map.
I take a password. You ever
Everything else you know where you are, and
like resting on the same.
So I should, you know what?
Right.
You know what? We're gonna add one more thing, and we'll add, give me one weird fact about you. Or maybe you don't know, we'll do your favorite ice cream flavor. But I'll give you one weird fact and tell you the one. So you can tell yourself when you didn't.
Right?
They do what?
That's good though.
Yeah, that's
They
awesome.
come home, won't plug their cell phones and they don't touch them. That's weird fact, and I'm really strict. So now you get,
great.
now you get to give me your favorite action.
Vanilla chocolate. Okay, my favorite is
No.
caramel Caesar.
Okay, very good. Your turn.
Deidre, I'm in law enforcement. My husband and I, been licensed since August. I joined in July and I got licensed. So this is new. I'm excited though.
So are you gonna stay in law enforcement, Andrew?
I am. That's my career.
Where are you
Eventually, I have a 5-year goal though, to
to
retire.
retire? Good for you. Where are you in law enforcement?
I'm Cook County Sheriff, my husband's CPD.
Are you in, jail system or are you on the street?
I'm in courts, I'm on the street though. Mhm.
So I did that, tried out for that.
Yeah.
Sure did. I made it all.
I was in the jail for 12 years though, and that shit was getting to me.
Heck, yeah.
I was locked up for 8 hours every day.
That's
I'm
why you-
I'm institutionalized.
You have a very tough job.
Yeah.
Very tough
I
job.
have a foul mouth too, sorry.
So that's fine.
That's very interesting fact.
So that's fine. You just excited me, so it's okay. And they're recording. So they're
Much
recording.
better.
Yeah, don't worry, they only see me, they don't see you. So,
And today's my anniversary. I'm 13 years here.
oh, congratulations. Oh, yeah, wait, I should deliver.
Cookies and cream.
My name is Carly. I've been licensed for 2 months now. I got into real estate because I needed something that's not an office job. I have a 2-year-old at home, so I needed something that I can kind of work with, so we don't have for a little bit. Also, my dad was like a general contractor, so I grew up in the house business. I just kind of got way with it, and like that's where I found that I liked it. And my favorite ice cream is coffee. I like all these flavored ice cream. Kind of a weird fact, so I guess.
Yeah. How about you?
Last year, new, got my license in August, started here beginning of this month. I was in the corporate license, it's not for me. And, I guess I want to go the farm, right?
All right. We'll get you there. How about you? I met you on your first day.
Really?
I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This will never be.
Well, my name is Ali, and, all my background belongs to sales since day one. And I've been in the food industry, probably since day one, that's when I started my career. I was working for multi-companies, working for Kraft, I was working for Cadbury's, and, currently I'm working for this.
Nabisco?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And, but, I'm looking to be a full-time, real estate agent, because I know for sure I'm gonna be quite well.
Mhm.
And, yes, if it comes to my scheme, I like to, call it,
Okay.
Cornell, the court one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm Julie Torres. I got my real estate license in about 2000, but I stopped to be a stay-at-home mom of 3 girls, which I love. That was still my main priority. I miss real estate. My best friend is Kim Neal, so she talked me into coming back, which I don't regret. I love. Fun fact about me is I'm a high-end competitive role player. So that takes up a lot of my time. That's why I was kind of working on a team, a real estate team. And I offer my girls portfolio. I coach them.
Cool.
My favorite ice cream is almond tea.
Oh, where do you get that? What you
In the Locan off of 140 office.
Try this. Right?
Wendy's.
Wendy's one next door. Okay.
Tequila almond ice cream. So good.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. A note on her best friend Camille. Yeah,
Sorry.
she is amazing. I want everybody to know that, and I
She's
will,
teaching Wednesday.
She's teaching after me. She's been a great help to me. For my business alone, sitting down talking with me. She's also a mom, which is how I went to her for advice. Sat down with me, talked with me, and left with me. Just so you guys know, you are in for treatment. So we had high class together. Yep, you came in when I was transitioning out. Yep.
So my name is Rubina. I have a license almost a year, so I think October 11th. So we're trying to color me out right after. So it's also almost a year, and I use more flexible time because I have 2 kids, 8-year-old and 7-year-old, so I need to be around their schedule.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I do.
Give me your ice cream.
Coffee and banana.
Together?
Really? Yeah.
I know, I'm Cool. Go. How about you?
Hi, I'm Tanya. I've been here for 20 years, so I'm looking for a change. Still probably always do parents 1 day a week. I have 2 kids, 25 and 27. And we talked about the vacuum meter, whenever they came home for the weekend. Remember you say crazy and scream and I was just out. You come home and you go to the garbage out. But one day you're gonna do it too. But you turn like a maniac. It's horrible. But they're already done, right? Well, oh yeah, they just like.
They would've got a text from me.
Oh yeah, like it's even through car shop. So one day you're crazy. So yeah, I'm just struggling a little bit, going between both, still doing hair and I'm just, with my clients affecting all the time. So that's a little struggle for me. And see, I do like my favorite ice cream. I do like old school mint chocolate chip, but a weird fun fact, we were just somewhere and it was like a hibachi place, you get ice cream after. I get vanilla and the sugar and mix them together. It's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so good. I'll take them all after
Okay.
So,
Give them a vanilla or vanilla. We're gonna give you
Ice cream and
so I talk to my hair girl all the time.
yes. Oh yeah, my people are excited.
Yes, you have got
Yes.
an awesome spirit.
Yes. Well, and too, I owned the salon for like 16 years.
Yeah.
And it's, and it's my hometown, so everyone knows me. I just went to school out there. So we're just trying to soak it all in and learn. Yeah, still trying to, and I'm in this time of year right now for here. So it'll come, and
You're gonna see the parallels in the business.
yeah, I already said it. I already know it.
Because I talk with my girl all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like, you know.
There's even I do this classes, and yeah, it's I'm good at like finding people, I guess. So it's very similar. So
Yeah.
you guys know real estate, probably do here too.
Yes. There's a lot of similarities.
Not sure about it. Not sure.
Yeah.
Shannon Lee, I was a teacher before, I still teach, but little kids now. One is still saying this because I love her and that profession, I love it. I've had my real estate license since December. I started with HomeSmart because my husband was with them and wasn't working for me, so I switched over. And I've been learning. And my favorite ice cream flavor is Cheeto. And fun fact, I like to run marathons.
Well, do one and done for me. One and done.
I've done 8, but then other ones, it's like other short ones. But they never get any easier.
No. So
So
when you're
you
looking,
want to do better, like you say.
right. So if you're looking for something new, look up Spartan and then call me. And then.
Oh, I'll do it. I've done the mud run, like, I'll do whatever.
You're
I don't
anyway,
care.
and no cover.
I
For the
love
same
it.
run.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I may know about previous job and plan that, but.
There's gonna be a big deal for the stadium tour in November.
Well, no, I'm done there, so
Well, you can do it here.
I'm out of shape.
I got a shape, but it's round shape. Okay, I'm sorry, I am.
You should have said no, we're gonna got it.
My name's Yolanda Weathers. I have been in real estate, real estate agent for 10 years. Previous to that, I worked for about 5 years in the law office of real estate as a legal assistant. Sales are just part of me. I mean, before real estate, like most people said, I stayed at home with each of my kids for 5 years. And during those 5 years, I sold something. Basically. I mean, I sold Mary Kay, art, got me a car, and all the different stuff like that. So it was just part of what I did to offset income. But real estate has always been like the passion, the thing that I really wanted to do. I mean, I have 2 girls in college, so kind of need some some bills, and I have a 13-year-old son. And it's funny, she said that her kids were here for this weekend. My kids were here for this weekend too. And as I picked them up, I'm like, what are you doing with all these clothes? And they're like, I'm washing. And I pick up the other kid, and she comes out with laundry too. So what are you doing? Well, I'm washing. We have to pay for laundry. This is for the local to pay for laundry. They were only here overnight for my son's birthday. But, you know, that was so my, I guess that's a whole bunch of fun facts in here too. My favorite ice cream, because I own, is Black Walnut. Any store that stops selling it, like what's the Coast, they're no longer open to me. I can Coast on what? That doesn't make sense. If they stop selling Black Walnut, they no longer exist. That's the fun fact. They no longer exist to me. If you don't sell my favorite ice cream, you're no longer open.
You check
support me.
Flushworks?
I've never heard of that. It's in Palos, right?
There's one in Tinley too.
No, it's definitely not.
My body is not so happy with dairy anymore, so it's just a fun.
They have yoga.
It's fun memories.
Yeah. Your name?
Good morning, I'm Kathy Repsis. I'm a transplant from about a month ago. I just moved to Orland. I transferred real estate offices from Elmhurst, so everyone is brand new to me, so that's why I'm taking the classes. So this book is a little overwhelming for a girl that's been in the business for 27 years. I'm still learning. And something nice that happened over the weekend is I got invited for sale by owner from the training. So tomorrow night, I'm there. And favorite ice cream is orange sherbet.
Try with somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, that is great.
What brokerage? You don't mind me asking?
Well, I started with Coldbank. I was there for about 18 years, and then I transferred to a small mom and pop called Outlet in Elmhurst.
Okay,
So I just moved out here September 1st on the way today.
wonderful.
So,
Wonderful, we're glad you're here. So a piece of advice I'm going to give the newbies here is to take Julie, talk to Julie, get her, you know, she knows the business. Yolanda right here.
I've
She
only
knows,
been here.
you've only been here, but you've been in 10, you've done the business 10 years and you've been in sales.
Yeah.
Because they know the business. So.
I'm sorry.
So I kept in 2 months.
Oh, wow.
So I got on Charles Sutton Homes in January. I capped in March. My cap came up again June 1st, and I capped August 1st.
When you're busy, quite right? Like super busy. And like if you're in the morning, probably from like 7 in the morning till.
I was getting texts 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Yeah.
And then my text didn't stop.
Yeah.
My phone did not stop.
That's a good problem.
No.
It's all right.
It's overwhelming. You have to learn how to schedule. I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old who I probably missed out most of the summer. I was gone every day. When I say every day, I say every day. Okay. At that time also I was a CrossFit coach. So I was coaching CrossFit 5 times a week. So I was getting up early and coaching. Being on a team is amazing. I'm never going to tell you it's not. There are so many good things about it. Yeah, I did. I closed 25, I had 25 deals.
If anybody thinks about being on a team, be prepared to work. Yes, you're gonna make the money, but you have to, like, you have to go to their schedule and you're part of their business, so really be prepared to give your all, to be honest.
And I think that's my biggest fear, because I can't commit to a team. That's my workout.
So you need to commit to yourself. Yeah. So, something that I planned, Julie, you do buyer's council?
Right now, I just transitioned a little bit, a couple months ago off of campus.
Yeah.
But my sphere is pretty big due to Derby.
Yeah.
So I already know what they're looking for, like get crossing and practices and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm getting now, I'm breaking out. Yeah, my sphere.
Yeah.
And yes, I made sure they're approved, all of that stuff, but I do it on the phone matter.
Okay, so, what, it's okay with you guys, we're gonna go over like where to find buyers, I mean, you guys are gonna know where to find buyers. Okay, it's real simple, each of you are gonna be different, and each of you are gonna be drawing from a different community and a different circle. But then I'm gonna do my buyers council for you, if it's okay with you. It's the Chicago Southland Homes Buyers Council, it's
Who's the team leader for Chicago Southland? I'm just drawing a blank. Oh, okay, now.
Alex is in Oakland, he's a team leader for Oakland.
I knew nobody.
Yeah, so I will do my buyer's council for you, just so you can kind of like see the slideshow that we have. I actually have, you'll see like words moving through the slideshow that I actually have clients to fill out. Because part of getting the buyer and having them buy into you is having them listen and follow through with all that. Okay, not only that, but the buyer's consult, Kevin kind of mentioned it, it's a lot of forecasting and what's to come. I'm already in there talking about, this is what we need you to do first, this is what comes second, this is what comes third. So I'm getting their buy-in and I'm building trust. And that's what it's all about. Are any of you working with buyers now? You want to identify buyer? All right. That part of the business takes your time. You know, getting the list, that's what they tell you to get the listings. Because listings, there's so less time with your sellers than there are with your buyers. Your buyers do take up more time, but you're going to get your buyers from your listing. So that is one source of business you're going to get. Okay, people call it sign. A lot of people are looking for rentals, but you know what? You're gonna get some really quality leads off your sign. Some of mine, I think, 3, 4 of my deals came from calls off of our sign. And that's just, I'm doing nothing for that, other than we put a sign here. I have to call.
And your pictures on there? Your pictures on your sign?
Not on our sign, so. No. The only thing that's on our sign is Alex's name and our office number. And I think maybe our website. So our pictures on. My personal sign, yeah, my picture on it. So like when I was a solo agent, I have my picture on my sign. I don't think it's good or bad either way to have a picture on your sign. Do you think so, Kim? Kim didn't have her picture, did she?
Yes, she does have her picture. I told not to, my husband had to, you were selling houses by yourself. And I just.
Are selling yourself.
You are selling yourself. Yeah, but I'm not going to.
But I get nervous.
I think you should put your roller derby picture.
Yeah. You, not the house sometimes.
So other places to find your buyers, open house. Has anybody had luck at open houses to get a buyer?
Yeah.
Okay, I have. I've had to nurture them. I had somebody I nurtured since the beginning of my career. And they just sold off of me. But it took me a year. Then I had clients who I met in February, bought new construction. Oh, don't make the face, I got commission on that. I brought them in.
That's great.
If you have a client who wants new construction, you can bring them into that new construction facility. You register with that builder. The builder's going to pay you a commission. No? Well, you're bringing your buyer in, so they should be paying you some sort of commission. Oh, man. So I'm going to show you something that I have for open houses. I also, have any of you taken Dan Kenny's open house class? No, not yet. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. these people are people just as you and I, and that's how I treat them in open house. I don't follow people around, I don't, force conversation, I don't really talk about real estate. When I talk to them in an open house, hey, how are you doing? I may ask if you live in the area, you've been out looking a long time. I live in a dad, I walk around the house, ask if you have any questions, talk a little bit about me, try to get a little personal information about them. I need a book. You can make this, I'll pass it around so you can see it. It's 100 pages for my open houses. It has, I just ask for a name, phone number, and email address. I bring this to every open house, and I'll put the address on there. We can multiple open houses for the weekend. And I have everybody's name for my open houses in here. You can make it at UPS store. I advise you to do it in black and white. Black and white only costs you about that color book right there costs $40. So don't do it in color. Other places, you have a lot of moms in here, people with kids. They're sporting, their sports, their school, their community, their friends. Here's your buyers. Here's your sellers. Here's your clients. You have to use them. Your hair business,
Yeah,
they're gonna come to you.
Yeah.
They're gonna come to you. They trust you already.
right.
You're selling your Mary Kay people.
Well, I don't have it, that was what, 50 years ago.
I don't reach out to them again.
Go back to those contacts.
I would be reaching out to them again. Mhm. Hey, how are you doing? Just want to let you know I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm so sorry I haven't talked to you. Just want to let you know what's new with me. I'm here selling real estate. Those people I've been reaching out to, they're a trust you to make up. And for some women, that is important.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about that, and your law enforcement group will stick with you.
That's right.
They will stick with you because they trust you already. You guys stick together. My husband's a crane operator, Local 150. That's where some of my business comes from. My business comes from him. Actually, my first year, 2 of my deals came out of him. He was my biggest referral. My husband, my first 6 months in real estate. Yeah, I had first 6 months in real estate.
He wants to be in both cars and
Yeah.
So my husband right now is running an elevator on Wanda Vista, which is the new Q construction project in downtown, right on Michigan Avenue. It's a 100-floor building. He's running an elevator on that, on the outside skip. And
You
he's,
saying here?
yeah, and he has Miami accent in the elevator. Miami accent.
Yeah, everyone's in and out.
So that's it all the time.
And I won't pick you up unless you
Right.
listen.
But I mean, your family is gonna be your biggest supporters. Find those people that scream your name and scream it loud. My neighbor, out of all people, she tells everybody I'm a real estate agent. She's only lived there, we've lived by each other for 2 years. But everybody she knows, she's like, oh, my neighbor's a real estate agent. Tells other neighbors, yeah, my neighbor over here. She hears something in the loop, somebody's moving, she immediately tells me to go over there. And I start to nurture my neighbors. Door knocking is a good way to find your buyers. Is anybody you mentioned out of door knocking? Scary.
It doesn't seem, personally, I mean, door knocking, I mean, how many guys you got a really good outcome, by door knocking and stuff?
My open
Have you
houses,
ever got any response by door knocking and that has been done, giving you a deal and stuff like that?
I had a guy in my neighborhood tell me they're getting ready to sell.
Okay.
And now it's up to me to go nurture him and to stop by him every couple months, drop off something of value, a notepad, a bear schedule, how do you get your house ready to sell? And if I keep going over there and dropping my card and keep seeing my face, guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna fall through something.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I did my neighborhood when I first started, just so they could, because I'm outside, like walking with dogs, my kids, all that. So they can put the face to it, and then I do mailers. So they know I'm on the block, I'm local, I'm their neighbor, not just a strange random piece of mail, so maybe they'll look at it. So I went to introduce myself on the block of $11 real estate.
So when you do your mailing, do you put your home address on there? You know, you can't.
That's what I'm
Can't. You have to be this
You say you're the neighbor?
Yes,
Okay.
but they know me, they know where I live already,
Right.
my neighbor.
Right.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is,
No,
Just saying that.
We could say it's, I have your neighbor, Steve's address.
you have to do this.
Yeah.
well, when I talk to them,
Return.
when I
You're
first
not to
started-
say I'm
yeah,
your neighbor, but when you mail it, they just remember seeing that.
Right.
Okay.
and when I first started, it was just getting me comfortable talking to people, and I figured this, like, I took the summer off with kids and all that other stuff, and I had to get back into it. So I would volunteer to do home inspections for other agents, and once you start practicing real estate, and getting up and thinking about real estate every day, it comes natural. I took the summer off, now I'm super, like, busy, and I'm super busy, and I've only been applying myself for this month. And so when you get up and you do it, it's gonna come to you. So when you're out there door knocking, talking, getting to know real estate, it's gonna come to you, and that's what's gonna make you popular.
And, speaking of that, do you guys know what showing partner is? Do you know that we have a list of showing partners? No. Okay, so Julie went out for other agents and did their home inspections. Okay, did you pay for that?
But she did pay me, and I was looking for free sometimes just to get experience, but
You are all in Ignite right now, and we'll take a break at about 10:30, and I'm gonna go talk to Barb to find out if there's still, where you guys have to go to fill out to be a showing partner. What a showing partner allows you to do is you go on a list, and it allows busy agents or busy teams to contact an agent that may not have a lot of business. That agent, which would be you, would go out and show their client some houses. I'm too busy, I can't go out. Oh my God, Yolanda, are you busy today? I have a client that needs to see a house from 11 to 12. They want to see these 3 houses. Can you call them, make an appointment for me? And I'm gonna pay for you.
How much do you charge for that?
It depends on the agent, on how they want to work it. Some agents will pay per hour if they're just using you to show a property. Some agents, if they are using you to show a property and your showing turns into a sale for them, you may get a portion of that commission.
Well, out of the average is like, how much is it per hour?
$25 an hour now?
I think it should be the set price, like $50. I think they're gonna change it.
There's gotta be some kind of guide.
So I mean, if she did, her inspection was 2 hours, it's $25 an hour.
Okay.
When
I learned from there too, because I
Oh, yeah.
walked in and it's a different agent. And the agent had this cute sign where the movies were.
Yeah.
You know, and it was framed, it was really nice, it's like, take off your shoes, stay a while after all this may be your home.
Yeah.
And then it said, please remove your shoes and don't take them, they're better than yours. And it's like framed real nice.
Yeah.
So now when I have listings, I put that there. It's just that
Now,
extra
what was
touch.
that, what was that, Julie? What was it?
Opposite of movies.
Okay.
Yeah, and then,
Oh,
like,
okay.
I see people with their brochures, all nice, and what you put in there, it makes them look like they're a really good high-end agent.
Yeah.
So when you go and volunteer yourself and you have a time as an agent, you're gonna learn so much stuff from these agents that have these listings and are very experienced at it.
And you're going to learn how to talk to clients, and you're going to learn how to talk to home inspectors, and you're gonna learn a lot as you're doing it. So you don't have a lot of business now, but somebody may call you and say, hey, can you go show a house for me today?
Okay.
And you're gonna be able to learn a lot about, you're gonna learn how to talk to a client, print out the MLS sheet, make an appointment. Go from there. I did it for Alex. That's how I met Alex. Well, I met Alex at Ignite, and then I was able to show him card. And then I went on. So something that, I don't, are you guys practicing with each other? You can say no, I'm gonna be
No.
offended.
No.
I know you're not.
Every teacher tells us every week though, too.
Right.
So,
Of course.
Every day.
Yeah, because you don't wanna do it.
It's not that I don't want to do it. I don't.
You don't wanna do
I
it.
know.
You have time. You have time. Okay, I understand. So I'm gonna tell you, I did not, I hated script. I didn't like it, I didn't think it, I believed in it, it was something I didn't wanna do. okay? I got an analysis team and I was required to do everything, Monday through Friday. Do you wanna know what happened when I started for practicing?
You got business.
I got business. I didn't get a little bit of business. I had a lot of business. So as much as you like, don't like to do it, and you're like, I don't have the time to do it, when am I gonna do this? You don't have to do it between 8 and 8:15. That's when I was for practice, between 8 a.m. and 8:15. That gave me, I have a 30-minute window between dropping off kid A to dropping off kid B.
Gotcha.
And I would do it from 8 to 8:15.
Okay.
It's 15 minutes.
But while you drive.
Trying to do it while I'm driving because I don't know the script well enough. I can't read it, but I would sit in sit in my car, or, I would sit at my kitchen table or in my bedroom, and it's real fast. You're not looking to have a conversation. I'm gonna call you, ring, hey, how you doing? No, hey, how you doing? Ring, hi, this is Michelle with Keller Williams. And then you just go through your script. Okay, and then you're gonna critique me. And then say, okay, what do you want to work on today? And sometimes you want to work on the same thing. Maybe text the night before, text the day the morning of. You'll be able to do it. Figure out what you want to work on, and then work on it the next day. But I did not believe in it. I did not think it would work. And it's very work.
Well, some of the scripts, I have to say, I would never say this.
How would you say it?
I would like, go sign the
You
contract.
don't.
I would,
You don't.
yeah, you just, you put yourself in here, take out
What you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. Be you. Be you. You're selling yourself. And I actually had a client after the hard.
Yeah.
Because you may not like me. You don't think people see me and want to work with me and don't want to work with me. I have spiked hair and hair. You want to work with me. And I don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? But, there's some people that are going to look at me and not think that I'm professional, or not think certain things that they just because in 12 weeks we see me again, the hair colors would be different. I'm one of them. No.
That's how perspective.
It's people
That's how they got it.
Yeah, you're selling yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to be you.
Yep.
And be okay with it. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys want to take a break, like 15 minutes?
Sorry. Yeah. No, it's just,
I have a question.
I'm good at learning by the book, but it's.
Do you want to go by the
No, I like to read.
I want to read what you do, you listen. Will you role play and show us your stuff?
You want me to do my part?
Yeah, you say you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, can I ask you, when you're door knocking, like in your community, what are your presenting, or what are you just speaking to the neighbors? Are you giving them anything? Like, what are you doing? What are you about?
So sometimes people will like bring out the area, like your market analysis for the area and have that out. Some people, like if I'm ordering magnets, say I'm gonna do magnets, okay? And I send them all out to my sphere and I have some left over. I'm gonna go and just door knock with my magnet. Hey, how are you doing? I walked up to one neighbor and I'm like, yeah, I'm the house right over there. Yeah, you just put that white fence up. I have 2 crazy kids that scream all the time. That's me. That's me. Yeah, just want to let you know, I'm a real estate agent. Anybody who's looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, give me a call too if you need any vendors. Do you need a plumber? Do you need an electrician? Do you need somebody to do your hardwood floors? Do you need a landscaper? Do you want kids that don't cut your grass? If you need anything for your house, just give me a call.
Yeah.
I had a neighbor who needed tree taken down. So I walked over there, I'm like, this is who I use for my trees, this is my business card, call me whenever you need anything. My husband goes over and calls the driver. But people don't know you're a real estate agent unless you tell them you're a real estate agent. So I listen, this maybe I listen to Rachel Ellis and I follow her podcast. I do a lot of podcast listening. And I listened to one of hers, and she said if something makes you feel slimy, don't believe it. So if
Yes,
something makes you feel slimy, you don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I thought about that. And think that, you know, when you think about a salesperson, how a salesperson makes you feel, you don't believe in it. So I'm not a salesperson. I also tell people I'm not a salesperson. I'm your consultant. I'm here to help you. I'm here to advise you through this process. I'm here to hold your hand. I'm here to help you through.
And that's what I think that's in my head, salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I can't sell.
But are you a consultant?
Well, right, so I got to look at it.
But you can consult. You can help me through. I can go walking through the process and remind you what I told you at the beginning of what I'm looking for. And then you're going to say, do you remember, Michelle, you said you didn't want a pool in the backyard. If you have a pool there, you do okay. That's how I go. That's my approach to business. I am not a salesperson. I'm your consultant.
What's her name, Rachel?
Hollis, girl wash your face, girl suck Hollis. Girl suck Hollis. Yes. Ed Milet, he's another good one. I don't listen to his podcast, but I got him from her. Rachel Hollis. Marie Forleo right now. Wrote a book called Everything is Figureoutable. I'm in the middle of that. Marie Forleo. I do personally, I'm a reader. So my goal every month is to read one book. Is anybody audiobookers? I'm going to tell you how to see it. Marie Forleo. Or L-E-O. Those of you who want to be audio bookers or real estate agents, guess where we spend most of our time? In the car.
You can play
Do you want to know how to get audiobooks for free?
Library.
Library. The app is called Libby. Libby.
There's one thing.
In the Play Store or something? Yep. You can get it from the App Store or the Play Store. It's a free app. You need a library card. Register for your library card. Download the app. Register on the app. You have access to the library.
You say Libby, L-I.
Levi Overdrive?
What?
Yeah, that's just
Levi
Overdrive.
I think it's a little
It's like
girl,
red
a little
and
girl. Yeah. Book.
Because I have an hour drive to practice in the city.
It's
Or
an
you
ID.
leave there and an hour drive. So
This is how I listen to things, and sometimes you're out for a couple weeks. But you should be getting a, email, I don't get an email when they come in, but they have a lot of stuff out there available to you for free. You have 2 weeks to read it, 14 days. That's great. You can share it, so it's on my iPhone for my audiobooks, it's in the car, and it's on my kids' iPad, that they share. But I'm there on my library card. And you don't have to like return the book back to the library, so not make it go back. Under 14 days, you never leave. Yeah, but I mean, that's what I use for my drives now. So my goal is one book read a month, one book listened to a month. So sometimes I change my listen to podcasts. I'll listen to a podcast. If you want something really intense to listen to, Extreme Ownership. You haven't listened to that. You have to be kind of a little bit into military. By Jocko Willink. What's the name? Extreme Ownership.
That's a book.
By Jocko Willink. Talks about how you take ownership over everything. Willink, W-I-L. And then one from here, if you really, really want to read it, if you really look for something really good. Julie, have you read the one thing?
I have not read this yet.
The one thing. Is all.
No, that's the one I want.
The one.
Yeah, I know that's the one important one that I need to get. I'm gonna be at, I go to Denver this weekend, and after that, I'm on off season for a couple months, and then I get
Yeah, the one thing, read it, it's real helpful. You guys gonna go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Me too, donuts, Dunkin' Donuts, bunch of things are up here, please take them. I got it.
Trying to make it work for them.
I got it, don't worry about it.
I just love the way you're teaching. So I just.
No, I was like, oh, was I, number one, was that funny? Number two, one of my favorite things.
My coach is.
Sometimes mine doesn't either. I'm learning.
Oh, okay.
So, so I went in, my first one was up in Milwaukee, I did at Thursday.
Oh, I haven't.
This year.
I haven't talked to her.
Yeah.
I mean, the way
I
they're
don't
doing it
know.
before,
I can't.
but I can't trying to watch out for your stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still very hard.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, or.
I know, my girlfriend is training for the now, so she was kind of like, Ruby did as well. And she was really but you can do it. He was soccer. And he was an hour away. Yeah, so she had a client to go to 4 hours.
Only good thing.
Because I'm all about that nice to wear. I know, I wasn't here last year.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I told them.
No, I don't think
Then once they were last one, they ran so then of course. Everyone had like one
Yeah.
and like. So.
you told me why.
I felt it every time.
You don't say.
I probably-
You don't say.
So,
I cannot draw. To me.
Yeah.
Wow. Because the attorneys.
Oh, and
Wow. I got one right now, I'm waiting on.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you work out of? Did you say?
I'm at Markham.
Markham?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my friends just last I mean,
Where?
one of them wasn't Hazel's Hill, so I believe he transferred, don't remember, I haven't talked to him in a little bit. I just see like other stuff on Facebook, like, so I was kind of like, keep up in my.
Right.
She, she.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, oh my God, you're fine. And we clearly know.
Do you want
This.
I'm new to Markham, I just got there. No doubt.
But.
Louis got his mail.
Yeah.
Tall, light skin, you know, where is it? Where is he?
He's not really
Where?
He's not sharing, like, I don't know.
He's he's at the park.
Okay.
So it's like.
He's got the park.
So then you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
My husband, no, but it's like you can't work for yourself.
And he's not, no.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, wow.
He was on the cover.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I know this most of that
Oh, wow.
of night, I know, it's like, talk to everyone.
Oh, I know.
Well-
She'll bring the business in.
Right. And that's really sad.
You playing clothes? Yeah, 'cause you can eat it. Yeah.
So that's where I really found it from.
So you're in the courts? I'm on the street. I'm just out of Mark District Courthouse. Yeah, our unit is out of the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one that like come and serves for protection for people out, serve eviction, paperwork, court summonses, take child from home to home, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to keep you in the Yeah, a lot of people. But they, she's kind of just going, she's not doing anything. Yeah. Oh, there's millions of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna go back and be, oh, wait, open house again? Go see.
Yeah. I don't say how to.
So I just did this on Excel,
Okay.
and then you wait on it.
And how you got this thing open house.
Okay, but I think.
Yeah, because there's a lot of property type before there, right? Here's a,
That's pretty easy.
yeah, you know, and Excel, if you're in a file, here's where the file. I just, you know, copy this in front of me.
It's from, we got this from.
Yeah, we can
Senior.
Did you want to show what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they do.
Thank you. Yeah. So I couldn't get, I got learn how to work out. That's why I'm trying to, I couldn't come out to send me the contract. I couldn't send it to them on, so I took them, basically, and, you know, took it to them. Put it in my department. And so I've been waiting on them. Yes, I can get back to me. The house is yeah, I got it for the buyers. Actually, I had to print it out. I took it to them. I'm waiting on them again. And I called, I texted them last night. Okay, you know, everything on the inspection, you know, tell me my attorney, I see, okay, it's fine. Right, so just like, so then like, something like right now, it's like, okay, you don't need.
He said, well. So he just started this year and it's function. He's doing a bunch of extra things.
I'm gonna text him right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he got, so he went to staff as well, so he was, he knew a lot of the teachers that were there. He was, I can't even say it, I'm sorry.
So like all his teachers kind of work with so he's super excited about it, but I get his, he's an English. So I have no oh, I like previous, yeah, like, so I get the whole teacher. Yeah. Yeah. And the world's stuff. In English is my worst. So like I'll see here like what about audio books? Okay, like everybody, I'm missing one person, missing one. Well, I'm just gonna get started, but I won't start the conversation. Oh, yeah. Did everybody sign in for class today? I don't have a phone for you. I had an inspector come in early. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I grabbed you one.
So I wake up like every day.
Ooh, you said trick or treating. Did anybody see Candy Garden? Candy Garden? There's a guy who does, I've seen it on Facebook. I'm half tempted to order them. It's another promotional ad, and I don't know how y'all feel about this. I'm not from Texas, but I say y'all. It's a carton, like for Halloween, and it's, there's a picture on it, and like a funny like thing, you fill with candy.
Do you like leave it outside or like when people come up, you are holding it? Like,
Well, I don't know.
I feel like holding it all the time. Like,
You
and they
do?
do.
Well, how would you set that up though?
Well, you know, you have to send him all of your information,
Yeah.
so description and everything,
Yeah.
and then he sends it back on a flat box.
Yeah.
You put them together,
Yeah.
and then you put your candy in there. And then, at the top of the box, or the way you fold it, there's a hole there, so then you string your ribbon through, so for how it could be orange or black,
Yeah.
and then you can organize it.
That's what she does this time.
So I'm gonna do
Yeah, I put my business cards in there.
the dollar lotto scratch off for the parents. So it's, yeah, so your business card on the back, or they're gonna just throw it in their kid bag and throw it away. But if it's a dollar scratch off, then you just throw it away, so they have a chance of winning. I still am not sure what I'm gonna have the saying on there, like, finding the right real estate agent isn't luck. It's, you know, what, something like that, and just have my information on there.
That's a good
With
idea.
$100,
Yeah, I have
makes
one
me like,
too.
oh, I don't know about like spending $100, but if you get a buyer or sell off there, $100 is nothing compared to the commission.
Right. So I did,
Yourself.
And then
You're making a ticket?
no, I'm gonna buy your lotto scratch off dollar scratch off tickets.
Yeah.
Nobody should.
so I tried something and it did not work for me. It's not gonna say it's not gonna work for you.
Right.
I tried sitting at Dunkin' Donuts and buying free real estate advice with a cup of coffee. I got nothing. I sat here for stuff, held nothing. However, I do have a little old man friend that's who I go and I see at least once a month.
It's not a restraining order.
Right, no, he like comes up to me and I like pretend like, like I don't know him, and then he sees me at the counter and he'll come up and say hi to me, and now I'm getting his good friends in there every day. They're there every day at the same time, they sit at the same table. So I go to the same Dunkin' Donuts, even if I don't get coffee, I go to the same Dunkin' Donuts. I also started Starbucks at Starbucks, where I see the same Starbucks all the time, because the same people come in there all the time. Eventually, you'll feel comfortable enough to strike a conversation with people that are in there, for one. And for two, if you're gonna do a buyer's council outside of the office, which I don't recommend, you can do it at the same in place, baristas working behind the counter are to recognize you, at least you're gonna build a relationship with them, where you say, hey, I'm gonna work here today, this is the never meeting, just so you know. Just a thought, if you're not going to be buyers consult here. This building.
See, that's what I'm saying, they really person to person, and I like it, scratching figure, it really appeals to me, really, I find so good, but somehow I don't find something big enough the door.
So then don't do it.
No, that's what I'm saying, it's nice person to person, right, but I really go for it, yeah, I'm giving the scratch ticket, because scratching ticket is, to me, it's kind of like a,
It's a chance.
it's a more than chance, I would say, then, I'm not the door.
All right, so one thing,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
the one thing that drove me and still drives me nuts is there's no right or wrong way to do this business. There's no right way and there's no wrong way to do this business.
So the wrong way, the only thing.
Yeah, what I mean, what I mean saying by that is what works for you, it might not work for me. What works for Kathy might not work for Michelle. You know, and so you're gonna learn from all of us up here, and you should just take what pieces of advice you learn, you like from us, and try to build it into your own business. Because what's right for me and good for me might not be good for you. You know, like I'm gonna say, oh, you know where I get my clients? I got 2 clients for my gym. Right? For my gym. For doing nothing, but going and working out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
See, that would work for me. I'm gonna say, because you said something will work, it won't work. That won't work for me. Might be another side.
You know, where the operating engineers, I could connect with them. But somebody else might not be able, that might not be your crowd.
Yeah.
You know, it's my crowd.
And not everybody's gonna work on roller derby either till 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
If you snack around.
Right. So it's like, there's no right way or wrong way. What I tell you and how I'm gonna do my buyer's presentation is different from your company. But that doesn't mean my way is wrong, your way is right, it just means that your way works. So that is something that I'm gonna be honest with you, coming out of corporate structure, where this is how you do this job, this is how we want you to do this job, you tested this job, this is how this works. Coming out of that and then coming into real estate, there isn't really that much, right? Okay, so I'm gonna like start going into my buyer's consult or my buyer's presentation for you guys. Rules to buyer's consult for me, and I learned this from Alex, because as real estate agents, our time is important, right? And I mean, a lot of us have families, significant others, things we want to do in life other than real estate, right? We want to have time to work out, we want to have time to cook, we want to have time to go to a concert. We don't want to be chasing or working with buyers that aren't right. So you're like, well, how do I know what the buyers are? They want to go out and look. Yeah, I want to go out and look too, but I'm not going to buy. But I want you to take me out. And I'm not going to take you out. Sorry, love you. I'll take that. I'm not taking you out. Give me a pre-approval letter. I won't even sit down for a buyer's consult any longer without a pre-approval letter. Because I'm asking you to give me something, and I want to actually kind of want to know how serious you are. You know, like, sorry, no, you're fine. I take my girlfriend's out to go look at a house, just to go look at a house. I'm my girlfriend. It's different, you know, but when it's outside of like maybe a friend and you're looking for business, do you want to waste your time with somebody who doesn't have a pre-approval? Better yet, you want to take them out and look at it.
What if you already know that person got money and the money is gonna come there, and also if you are really brand new, and if you say, you know what, you don't have a pre-approval from bank, so I'm not interested in you. But if you.
I wouldn't say I'm not interested in you.
Wow.
You wouldn't say it.
I went into that.
I'm saying, well, I mean, like, what I'm saying, a person to use, so that's something giving you an opportunity to learn.
Sure, you can do that too. Again, you're right.
So what I
You're
do
not wrong. You're right.
is what you do is you say, okay, well, we need well, it's gonna cover it here, most likely. But you don't say, I'm gonna take you out. Here's my loan officer, call them, they'll know what, they'll approve you to know what we're gonna look for and what your budget is. So you're not saying no. Our first step is, you're guiding step by step.
Right.
Our first step is this.
Because remember, you're a consultant.
Yeah.
You're advising on how this right, and they don't always know. So in your instance, let's say you're taking out somebody, you think they have money,
Right.
you think they'll be able to get approved, and you just look at a $500,000 house with them.
Okay. Well, if I'm seeing them and I'm talking with the doctors and stuff, right? So mostly in kind of communities have doctors and engineers, and they're pretty, I would say. So I'm noticing, and so I would like to go ahead and say, I want to go from the doctors. Right? So-
They're going to. They're already going to come to you with one.
Right.
You won't need to tell them. Those type of people, professionals, are already going to be coming to you like that.
Okay.
I mean, and if you said, because you're a professional, I mean, this is my opinion, I'm not telling you for fact. My opinion, somebody that is a professional like that, somebody in the higher end market, you say, I'm going to need a free, can you send me your free approval from your bank? They're saying, oh yeah, sure, no problem. I'll call them and they'll send it. Yeah, they're gonna do something like that, but maybe, I don't know, sometimes you meet somebody at an open house. Well, can you take me to see this one? You know what, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. You know, you can see one house. But after that, I need your free approval, we're gonna sit down and do my buyer's consult. Yeah, I'll give you one. Especially like you said, you're new. You're new. I'll give you one.
Yeah, and then all that.
On that note, you brought up doctors. On that note, do any of you have loan officers that you're currently working with? Yeah. Talk to your loan officers and find out what programs they have. Different loan officers have different programs for different people. I work with a gentleman out of Bank. I work with a gentleman out of Mid-America Bank. Two separate loan officers. We also work Chicago South End Homes. We have people out of Winthrop and out of, where's Anderson? Is it Parkview Financial?
It's those down with the Anderson Financial.
So they're all on their own now.
No, there's Anderson and then Anderson. There's the Anderson team.
Okay.
And yeah, they're with a different thing.
Right, okay, so and we work with you guys. But if I'm a doctor and I know they have a lot of debt and they're just a new doctor, I'm going to go through it. Because the third
But that hasn't worked out for that.
has a program for doctors.
Right.
So it's Huntington, but the third's program is better for graduating doctors.
Okay, that's right.
Huntington's program is better for established doctors. Yeah.
So on the fifth third, my teacher's boyfriend, my boyfriend's a teacher, and he got our mortgage from the fifth third. They have a very good teacher discount rate program. They're very well with teachers.
So it's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's good, and I have somebody at Fifth Third, if you would like to reach out to her as well. It's good to have loan officers at different places, just like you stated about having different home inspectors, because different loan officers offer different programs. So by being a buyer's agent and working with buyers, it's good to have a couple in your pocket. Just know, hey, I'm working with somebody with low credit. This guy is going to do a better job for them than this. My other thing, this is again my personal, Michelle, issue is I want to work with somebody that I can see, touch, and feel. Mainly because if you piss off my client, I'm gonna go down watching. I can't. And that's recorded, So, I'm not. So anyway, so just because I want a relationship with my vendor, just like I want a relationship with my home inspector, I want to know that I can trust them, and I want to have a relationship with them where they can call me and say, "Michelle, this is what's going on, but this is how I'm working through it." I have that relationship with both of my vendors that I will be using as a transition to a solo agent. And that's important to me. That's why I want to run my business. I don't know how you want to run your business. If you're okay, Kellan Mortgage today. We offer, go ahead.
Yeah, you, as a new agent, I would say come to lunch and learn, and when people are in front of you, will sort it all. Because you're gonna find out, like, again, there's some mainstream, easier loans, but if stuff is complicated, I need to go to somebody else. So you have to build your team and have backups also. I also, since I work with Golden, and a lot of them are single females, and some of them are men. I have female home inspectors. I have a team of all females if needed because they feel comfortable with females. So you have to build your team according to your clientele also and have backups and backups because they represent you. So whenever they say they need this, you're pulling it out of your pocket. I know that person. I got you.
Yep, and that's another thing. They know you. They, just like I said, Kevin, I need to pump up my loan officer.
Right.
My loan officer needs to pump me up.
Right.
My loan officer, they, depending on where your loan officer is at, some will be able to send you business and some might not be able to send you business. Some will be able to call market with you, some won't, depending on where they're at. But the reason I'm talking about this is because I need that pre-approval before I sit down for my buyer's consult. So part of my call with you is going to be, oh great, you're looking to buy? Awesome, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for, a 2-bedroom house in this price range. How do you know that price range? Well, I'm kind of guessing. Okay, well, how are you guessing? Where are you, getting your information from? Oh, I went online. Where'd you go online? Oh, I just started throwing stuff out. All right, do you have a loan officer? Are you talking with somebody already? No, I'm not. All right, great. I have 2 amazing loan officers. One works for this company, one works for that company. I work with both of them very closely. We post their emails together. I am going to send you both of their information. I'm also going to send your information to them. Are you okay with that? They say, I'm okay with that. I'm like, when is a good time for my loan officer to call you? Then they're going to tell me what time, and then I will reach out to my loan officer. Sometimes based off that conversation, I can tell who will be a better fit, for that particular customer. If it's somebody close to me, I'm going to obviously know a lot quicker than with somebody I'm getting off of a sign call, somebody I'm at the grocery store. Yeah, I handed my card out at the grocery store.
I don't know what it sounds for the same.
Good.
Well, if we come in and say, let me do it on an in-depth ratio. If I do the in-depth ratio,
I don't know.
down with them.
That's like your
job.
That's like your job.
Anything with finances and stuff with the loan officer job, your job is to find them. That's right, I'm correct or wrong.
No, that's
Your
why,
job
that's
is
how
to
I
find
feel.
them out. And so like I work with a lot of, like I said, teenagers I see recently, so I tell them also, your personal business is with your loan officer. I don't know your finances. I don't know your debt. I just give them your approval, so that stays private. Because I do see them constantly, and I don't want to know if they have.
Right, and a lot of them will tell the loan officer, please do not tell Michelle any personal information regarding my finances. And my loan officer will say, sometimes we can have a conversation like that, about people's finances, because sometimes I need to know. I need to know, where is my limit? Where are we really straight in the barrel here, trying to get somebody in the house? I had to grow $100,000 for letter. I should go over $80,000. That limited my place of look, it limited my taxes, And on her, I had to go with a monthly payment basis for purchasing, then I could go with my own approval letter. So it's good to talk to your loan officer also, once they are connected and you have that pre-approval. When I'm negotiating their deal, do I need to get closing costs? Because if I have to get closing costs, I'm going to change the way I negotiate when I write my offer. I may be writing a full price offer at $1,000 closing costs. Do I need full closing costs? Do I need half closing costs? What am I looking for? So I have that relationship with my loan officers that will tell me, well, you need to get every penny you can in closing costs. I have to write my offer. Okay?
And this is to your loan officers too, because you get an approval, and I just had put somebody in check over the weekend. He was approved $400,000 for a multi-unit, he's $14,000 in closing costs. And he sends me a listing for $440,000. Now, if the house was on the market for maybe 3 years, I may have a chance. It was on the market for less than 2 weeks. So I had to tell him, listen, we're gonna be asking for like $60,000 off almost, and it's only been on the market 2 weeks. You don't, we have to stick to your budget. And then I told him, as your agent, this is my job, is to keep you on track to find you the home. So it may be hard that you just have to word it correctly, but don't go showing houses like that, because the $450,000 multi-unit is gonna be a lot different than the $370, $380 that he's gonna have to stay with. And I'm setting myself up and him for failure if we do that, because they're not gonna look the same. Okay, you're just like you're playing up with failure, you gotta keep going.
And I actually see that in, like, it's not on a slide, but my biggest thing is I sit these people down and I say, well, they're here, it's from God. You can afford it. You are fortunate. The one thing I don't want you to do is call me in 1 year and say, shut me something else. Because we can't do it. I know that is the one thing I never want to hear about. In 1 year is for you to call me and tell me to put the house on the market. I can't do it. I go, the other thing I don't want to do is if I invite you over, I invite you out to dinner, we sit down or you call me, I never want to find out your house. It is not a place I want you to be. I will actually go to a point where I say, what kind of life do you want to lead? Do you want to travel? Do you want to take your girlfriend out to dinner? Or do you want to eat macaroni on the couch? Do you want to go to the show? Do you want a new car? Do you want to put a pool in the backyard? When they answer these questions, then my next question to them is, will this house be the high end of your price range, give you all? Let them make the decision. They're going to walk ahead of the house and they're not going to look there. Unless they're okay with me. That's up to them. But I always remind us, houses are what? They are not supposed to be yours. So that's part of it. Okay, I'll go through this because we got an hour. Well, depends if you're doing this or not. All right, so this is what my buyer's Chicago Settlement Home Buyer presentation look like. If you've been bold, if you've been bold, you're gonna see it's the bold. Just with my ad lib on it, I don't do the script from bold. So my first thing is I say, okay, so I'm gonna go over this buyer's consultation with you. We're gonna go over step by step what to expect in purchasing a home. All right. So you already know why we're here. We're here because you guys want to buy a house. So we're going to go over these 5 steps here of what is constant move, when you need to be in your new home, what will buying this home do for you, what type of financing are you using, which I already usually know, and I make sure I review it before walking in there. So I talk to a loan officer, your conventional 30 years, 10% down, we're great. And what price range? And I sometimes know this as well. And I say, you know, your mortgage guy sent me a pre-approval for up to $275,000. Is that kind of the range you want to stick with, or do you want to go lower? You know, I have a client now who has a max budget of $250,000. We aren't even touching $200,000. So we're good with that.
I don't mean to stop you. Yeah, I want to like get the whole, that's why I'm teaching that again, so I'm missing certain steps. So you already talked to them on the phone, or potential client, so now you're gonna meet them in person. Where are you meeting them in person at?
Thank you, and I'm sorry to tell you here.
Okay.
I'm meeting them here. Cool thing is we could get rooms here. We have a capital room you could get. I like the room behind the front desk. There's a couple rooms back here. There's monitors. If you do not have a Surface, you can connect to this TV screen and put your buyer's presentation Apple and up. These are really made on, what you call it? PowerPoint. Yeah, you can just put it all on the TV. So I go, all right, understanding the market, right? This is gonna be easy for you. So there's a difference between a salesperson and what I am to you, a consultant. What do you think of when you think of salesperson? Someone who wants, is not looking out for your best interest, but looking out for their own. I want you to buy this car because now I'm gonna be teaching out with it, okay? That's not me. I'm your consultant. You're going through this so that I can learn what you're looking for in a home. And then I go, when you go ahead and tell me, hey, Michelle, I don't want anything with a master bedroom upstairs or away from my kids, and you tell me this is the perfect house for you, and we're in it, and I say, where's your master bedroom? Oh, well, it's upstairs, we're away from the kids, and we get to remember the day you sat down and you said, that's not what you wanted. I'm just going back, I just want to remind you, I'm okay writing contract, but that's something you can do if you want. Then we're gonna go through what a buyer's market is versus a seller's market. So a buyer's market pretty much is, you have carte blanche, whatever house you want. There's more houses out there for sale than there are buyers. So you get to pick and choose. Versus a seller's market. There's not a lot of inventory out there, with minimal houses. This is where we're gonna see multiple offers going on. Where are we at right now? Well, around here in this area, we're here. It depends on the area you're looking in, on which market you're in. It also depends on your price point. Okay, so market conditions. So the average list price sales price ratio, mind you, these numbers are probably not correct, is 97.7%. Listing inventory is down 8.3% from the same time last year. So what does that mean? Right, there's not a lot for you to look at. So remember, when inventory goes down, demand goes up. So you're not the only one looking for this house. And when demand goes up, the prices go up, okay? So financing and pre-approval. So the great thing is we already sent me your pre-approval letter, so I'm super excited about that. So benefits to you as the buyer. It's gonna save you money. I don't really know how to explain this. But I kind of go over it, save you money, so maybe it saves you time, gives you negotiating leverage. So we're walking in and you have a pre-approval letter for $250,000, you're buying your $200,000 house. That seller is going to be more apt to look at you because you're pre-approved for more than what you're buying. So we know most likely your loan's going through. You are a strong buyer. And it gives you confidence. I'm never going to take you into a house you can't afford. Yeah. I go, so you're gonna be able to walk into the house, fall in love with it, and be able to put an offer on it because you have the confidence enough to do this. At this point, I also tell them, I will know that it's a house you're gonna buy for you. And at that point, they ask me, how do you know? And I go, I will lie. Your face changes, the way you talk about the house changes, and how you walk changes. I go, I will know it's your house, and you can probably attest to this because you start putting furniture in it and where you're gonna put your stuff. And I go, you don't even know it yet. Okay, so the benefits of a buyer's agency agreement. So as you all know, we want them to sign a buyer's agency agreement, right? We want them to work with us. So 100% of clients that work with me sign a buyer's agency agreement. Yes, I have them sign a buyer's agency agreement before I take it on. Occasionally, if there's somebody I know, I don't have them sign it until the day ready. Average sales to list price is 97.7%. My team's average is 96%. So what does that mean to you? I'm saving you 1.7%. So on a $200,000 listing, that's saving you $3,400. Okay? I have buyers instant notification in my mobile app. I will send you my mobile app when you leave here. Download the mobile app that allows you to look at houses throughout the whole United States. You can pull it up if you're going to Florida and see what a house on the street is or what's available in an area.
Question for you. What happens if the buyer doesn't want to sign an agreement, the buyer's overcome that objection?
I don't know, I don't know how to do that. A buyer agency agreement allows us to work with the team. It's saying that I'm going to be loyal to you and you're going to be loyal to me. You're not going to go work with any other agent, you're going to work with me. It also gives me negotiating power on your behalf. It allows me to represent you to the field. That's all that is, how that all matters as well. By instant notification, when we walk out of here, I will set up a search for you that's going to meet your criteria. Not everything is going to fit you perfectly, but most of it will. I will send that to you at least, I set it up so that it sends out 3 times a day. So anytime something new comes on the market, you're going to be being notified of it. This is another thing that I think helps me out. The benefits of a buyer's agency agreement, it allows me to answer their paragraph. So when we're out looking at a house, I can go ahead and find out more information for you. I can dig a little bit deeper. You choose not to sign the buyer's agency agreement, I'm asking you in sentences only on the information affecting the MLS. Okay, so the MLS and the internet. How do I get paid? Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm working for you for free. The only way I'm gonna get paid is when we sell, or we decide to buy a house, and the seller's gonna pay me. Okay, so I'm sitting here, we're gonna go out, we're gonna have a ton of fun, and you're not gonna pay me for it. Okay, so just so you know, every single agent that's out there has the same information, but the biggest difference from agent to agent is how fast I can get you that information. So like I said, I'm going to set you up a search. That search is going to run 3 times a day. I'm going to get you that information as fast as possible. I'm also going to be looking out for myself and asking other agents in my office if there is a house available for you. They have a house available for you, so that I can get in there a little bit quicker than maybe somebody else. Okay, other types of listings. So I know you've already probably been driving around and you've been looking. You see for sale by owners, you see builders, open houses, and other agents. So when you look at that, I want you to call me first. And I know you're wondering why, but for sale by owner and a builder will pay my commission. Most builders will. Because I'm gonna bring you in and I'm gonna negotiate on your behalf. Plus, that on-site salesperson, you know where you met me? Yeah, I was working for the seller. I was trying to get your house sold. So I have your best interest because I'm working directly for you now. And I will give you more of my cards other than the one that I put in my folder. So that if you choose to go to an open house without me, you just scan that agent my card and say, this is what I'm going to go. The agent will then call you when you switch buyers. I've done it in my open houses. Okay, so shopping for your home. Just so you guys know, how many houses do you think the average buyer looks at? 7?
How many houses do you look at? One appointment or the whole?
On the whole time, how many houses on average do you think a buyer looks at?
30?
I'm gonna say
30?
30?
5 to 8. I could write a contract in 1 day. I have had buyers go out longer.
I had it where it was like the first day of the year, but
Yeah.
I have some,
Dragging.
Yeah, it seems like you know when you walk in.
Sure you do.
And you
know.
know, right, when you look at the house, you walk in, you're like, yeah.
Mhm. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm setting them up only to go look at 5-8 houses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you're going, most of my buyers will buy in 5-8 houses.
So how many appointments do you set, how many showings do you do in 1 day?
I did 6 this week.
Okay. I think I had about 8 yesterday. And not even a chance of luck. Like, I think it's because in the city and it's multi, it's a
Yeah.
little bit different. So you're saying that you mostly only come out 1 day and you write a contract?
Sometimes, yeah.
Majority of the time, or just, what do you think?
In the summer, when I was super busy, majority.
So,
Yeah, I did have like one seller, I'm gonna tell you something. The seller I did not do this with, the buyer I did not do this with, I probably showed 20 houses to. The buyers I do this presentation with, I show up on the house.
So your presentation makes a
Right.
difference.
You know what, I didn't, again, back to the script thing, I didn't think this was gonna make a difference. And Alex is like, you need to learn this, go over it, and get people in for consult. And I'm telling you right now, it made all the difference. I showed 6 houses yesterday, they're between 2. I'll know today if they're gonna buy one of them. They also have the option to increase their budget. If you increase their budget, will probably go out another thing. But they'll probably buy it.
I think my average is 2 to 3 days of showing, which is an average of about 7 houses per website. It should be the.
Squeeze that out.
Are you willing to share this with us?
But you do 7 houses
Houses.
per showing?
Yeah. What's that?
No, you're saying you go out and show 7 houses in one day?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I showed houses today. I started in Oswego and ended in Rumsfeld.
So one person?
How many do you go out? I don't go out.
The max is that you.
Oh, yeah, no, I won't.
I don't go out.
Oh, the max.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know one. I think they could get that.
I'll tell you what I do.
Okay.
The most important key to finding the right home quickly is your feedback. You tell me you don't want a front door in your kitchen, I'm gonna know, and I'm gonna look through those houses and look through pictures and eliminate the houses that have front doors in the kitchen. You can send me a house that you like, I'm gonna look through the pictures, and I do. If somebody tells me there's something they absolutely hate, I look at the pictures and I say, listen, hey, you remember how you said you didn't want a front door in the kitchen? I didn't want you to want this one's got a door in the kitchen, you still wanna go see it.
Like a sliding glass door?
They didn't want, they're like front door, they didn't want their guests to walk into the kitchen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right. Okay, a purchase contract. We will send you a blank copy of the 13-page contract now so that you can offer quickly when you find the right home. Listen, it's the same contract for everybody. It is legalese. You may not understand what you're gonna read, but if you're having trouble sleeping and you wanna go over this contract, I'm gonna send it to you, read it so you understand before we go ahead and write a contract. When we do write a contract, I'm still gonna be here to talk you through it and go through line by line if needed. But by you reading it before me writing a contract, we don't have to do that. So that's why I'll send a blank contract. I also hit the second paragraph by telling you it's the same for everybody. And when you sign a contract, it is an offer. So if you don't have an executed offer, you'll hear me saying executed contract. Executed contract is when both the seller and the buyer has signed the contract. That's when it becomes executed. Earnest money. So earnest money, I like to say it's your skin in the game. Okay, it's your skin. These people are here to put their house up for sale. We need something for you to show how interested you are. So you're gonna have to write an earnest money check. This money is going to come back to you at close. It is not long, not go to the seller, it's gonna come off your down payment or your closing costs, okay? So I know you're wondering about how much it is. About 1% or $1,000. So if we're looking at a $2,000 house, expect to write a $2,000 earnest money check. We may be able to get away with something lower. And I have. I don't know about you. I've written out a $400,000 house and accepted $1,500.
I noticed that in the south suburbs, it's about $1,000. Communities in the city, they want for a condo about $5,000.
Right.
And it was, then when I talked to my client, I said, we'll need about $1,000 in this money.
Yeah.
So that was part of the negotiation. I'm like, look, she's pre-approved, she's ready to go, but it's gonna be $1,000 earnest money check. Right. They, you know, they went with it, but if you're working in the city, you're not gonna get away with it.
Right. But if you're in the suburbs, you'll get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so inspection. Inspection happens 5 business days after we have an executed contract. So we have to move on this quickly. Once we have a contract signed by that seller, I'm going to be asking you when is a good time for you to have your home inspection. The home inspection will cost you about $400. As you guys heard Kevin say, his is based pretty much on square footage. So it's gonna be anywhere from $300 to $400. Inspection report will be detail all issues, major and minor. The contract contingency is for material defects only. You know what a material defect is? This is how I explain it to my client. I'm looking for problems with the roof, the electrical, the plumbing. I want to know that your furnace works, or if it doesn't. Does your air conditioning work? Are the pipes leaking? Is your Whirlpool tub not working? Those are things we want to talk about. Don't come back to me and tell me you want somebody to be the whole thing, right? It doesn't count. I also explain it to my sellers. If it is something crazy, at this point I say, we will negotiate again. This is the point where we're going to either get something repaired for you, or we are going to get, and again, we have a list of preferred inspections.
You tell them that you're gonna do that, or I say the attorney?
No, I say the attorney.
Oh,
I said we.
Oh,
Yeah, here it is.
making sure I wasn't
I said,
missing.
no, I don't do that. I say the attorney's gonna do it as well. We are in Indiana. Okay, so attorney review runs the same 5 days as your inspection. Okay, so we have 5 days for the attorney review. Yeah.
Well, it's just material with that. So is that something you need to count down, what you are referring, what it includes in it?
That's kind of what I did. I'm looking for a problem with the roof. I'm looking for a problem
So
with
it's not a list
electrical.
down, it's not a list down.
I don't give them a list. I just say I'm looking for major things that are wrong with the house.
Okay.
If you don't like the paint color, that's not a material
That's
reason.
not, right.
But people will actually go, well, do you think the seller will paint this wall? It's awfully dirty. And I look at them and say,
Okay, and what about, that is also not, contingency, let's say, if the seller already has a house, and, they wanna buy a new house, but they want to say that I was existing one first, and then they can get into the new one. So they're already living in this existing house. They wanna sell it out first, right? So that's something, that is also going to get, so that also needs to show the contract.
that's in the contract. Yeah, there's a spot in the contract. If you go to Anthony's, contract class, he goes over that. There's a specific spot in the contract. It's after due diligence. That actually puts those contingencies in there. Yeah. So attorney review, we have the same 5 business days that we're doing our inspection. Attorney's gonna cost you about $600. Can't get away from that. You will pay your attorney at closing. So if we get closing costs for you, we can actually roll that attorney fee into those closing costs. You want your attorney to be representing you because they're gonna run the title check, they're gonna help with all the legal documents, check to make sure there are no liens on the property and so on. And it's very, very, very important that you're using an attorney that practices real estate. I do not want a divorce attorney. I do not want any other attorney other than a real estate attorney. And I try to tell them this like that. Because a divorce attorney doesn't know. They aren't up to date on the real estate laws and the changes in our contract and what we look for. And again, I do have a list of preferred vendors. I give them those preferred vendor lists at my presentation, so they can start calling people and finding out who they want to work with. So appraising your home, this is something that your lender is going to do, and you're going to pay for this at close. So it's about $450. This number needs to change. It's about $550. I just had one done for my house and my refinance. It was $550. So appraisals have gone up. So the best part about an appraisal is that you're not going to overpay for a house. Question I get now is, so what if I made an offer for a house and it comes back undervalued? Does anybody know what happens at this point? Yeah. Julie?
Well,
How do you buy it?
Well, if it comes with a value, let's say if the house is listed for, let's say if the house is listed for $500,000, and your buyer is going to be, and the house is going to be appraised for instance, $520,000. Now, my bad, $480,000. So there's a $20,000 difference. So if the buyer qualifies for $480,000, that's okay. If the buyer does not qualify for No.
Put it this way.
I'm just trying to mix it up.
Right, so if you wrote a contract on that house for $500,000 and it appraises back for 480, do you know what happens at this
Well,
point?
Brian has a full right to get his money back, or his money back.
There's three things that can happen.
The buyer can.
There's three things that can happen, right?
Well, the thing is, if you're afraid of, for 500,000 in a appraisal for 480, the bank isn't gonna give you the 500, unless the agent could request a new, it's a
You
computer
could
buyer
review,
seller,
you could review the appraisal.
and get order a new one, or the seller needs to go down to 480, or the buyer needs to agree on the difference and pay that out of
And pay $20,000 out of pocket.
which is our bigger.
Right, they could, the seller could drop the price to 480. The seller and buyer can split the difference. What does that mean for your buyer? That means your buyer's paying $10,000 more to book. That's what it means to your buyer. Or your buyer sold, four things. Your buyer can bring $20,000 or the deal falls apart. The deal falls apart. I get that.
Now, what about the other side, let's say, if you
The earnest money goes back to the buyer.
So can the seller do a carryback?
What's a carryback? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. What is
Like
it?
she said, can the seller hold a mortgage and the buyer pay, payments?
I was gonna say, I don't think they do that anymore. I've never heard of it. And I would advise my buyer against that.
Still overpaying.
Yep, I would advise my buyer against that. So you pay for your inspection, or you pay for your appraisal, when the loan officer orders it, or at closing. Most likely it's at closing. 99% of the time at closing. So your loan approval. What is your loan approval? Clear to close. We're gonna tell you you're clear to close. So what does that mean to you? That means you have final loan commitment. That means we're ready to close on your house, and it's a reason to celebrate. So what do you expect at closing? Closing lasts about 90 minutes, could take up to 2 hours. If there are no delays, your attorney will tell you the amount of money to bring a certified check. Bring your driver's license or official photo ID. Your attorney will have those numbers for you. Sometimes your loan officer should be going over it with them because they are the one who has to have the CD. So just go, you're gonna see. So this is the team. So when you're working with the team, you're always working with a specialist. That's me. The benefits of that is you have the knowledge of my whole team. You have my availability as well as availability of the team. And you have communication. So you're not only gonna get communication from me, but you're gonna get communication from my transaction coordinator. So my goal in your transaction is to get you the best price, the fewest hassle in the time frame you desire. And I'm gonna ask for a referral. So just so you know, referrals are the lifeblood of my business. So who do you know from work, school, church, friends? They're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Most likely you say nobody, and you say, well, if you ever do think of somebody, you have my number. At this point, I go into another part of my buyer's consultation, which is asking them, I have a whole work-page thing that I fill out. And it pretty much goes, who's gonna be living with you? Like, I don't ask for names, but anybody other than, by this time, I know if they have children. By this time, I know if they have dogs. By this time, I know if mom is visiting. But I always just say, is there anybody else that's living in this house that's gonna be an impact on their decision? Yes or no? I ask them, what price point are they looking for? You kind of already know that. I go over, are you looking for a living room? What about your living room are you looking for? Are you looking for hardwood? Are you looking for carpeting? Are you what size is your living room? One of the questions that I struggle with asking, what is it for you? Why? I don't know. It's just a struggle for me to ask this question to the buyer. But it was amazing for me to give you such insight on the buyer when I said, what is purchasing this house going to do for you? And they would tell you exactly what to do. Oh my God, I went through this horrible time in my life. I was in so much debt. Now I can buy this house. I never thought I was going to be a homeowner. They go, why did that? The question I keep asking them over and over and over again, it's repetitive, but I understand why I have to ask it, is there anything else you want to know? If you could have, and what are your 5 needs? If we meet those 5 needs, what are 5 other needs you can have? What are 5 other things you can have? And ask it 4 times. And sometimes you're gonna find that house that has a lot of, or a mix of all that, and that's gonna help them. But I do have a question when they go through, Josh, bedroom, what do you use bedrooms for? Bathroom, what do you use bathrooms for? Do you want a dining room? Do you not want a dining room? Do you want a dining room? What do you want in your dining room? Carpeting, what do you want in your kitchen?
You ask them what you absolutely not want.
Sure do. I sure do.
How do you go about making a selection? I know pictures, but how would I go about getting us that?
So I actually did one prior to going on. And I just thought about like every single thing I would want them to know. And I was gonna make bound books like this for all my buyers and sellers. That had, like, you're gonna make your cover page. And then it's like, okay, what's the next thing, steps to buying a house? I had. And then, my vendor list was in there.
Does both have what I did down?
That's what that's from. Yeah, that's what that's from. Alice bought that. So I don't know if it's so purchase. I think you know who might have one. Michael Lewis Martinez. Michael Lewis Martinez. I want to show you something that I just found out the other day.
One question, do you ever ask buyers if they're willing to like take houses?
Oh, yeah.
Or they want
Do you want a
everything?
turnkey house, or you looking for something that you put your mark on, or are you looking for turnkey? And when somebody says turnkey,
Okay,
again?
yeah, everybody's, I feel turnkey may be different though too.
You try to ask them what they mean by turnkey, like, are you willing to do a little bit?
Like paint walls and.
Right, are you willing to pay, are you willing to put it, I don't wanna do kitchens and bathrooms, but I'm willing to pay somebody to put new hardwood floors in instead of hardwood, so I'm like, okay, so they just don't want big, so I'm gonna see if I can do that. I really hope so. You don't wanna watch some videos. What is easy one?
We're gonna follow you though, you're doing a great job.
Michelle, where do we do the PowerPoint and the TV for the fire presentation?
You can join in, room behind the counter. There's a private room behind the front
We
desk.
get there on computer and just showed up on the screen.
Yep.
How do we get connected to that?
There's wires in there, alright? Okay.
Now we have to go back over.
Okay, so. I want to show you something that we just talked about. On how to set up. Any of you done a cloud tour? A buyer's tour through the cloud? No. Oh my God, it's helping out so much.
For the cloud CMA.
About a buyer tour in the cloud CMA.
Or multiple listing service.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're taking out, a buyer, and you're gonna show them 3 or 4 properties or more, okay? What you can do, they'll actually put it out, like email it to your client. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in MLS number in this, it's not showing.
You know, is it on there, you want to show on the screen?
Yeah.
Usually Barb, it comes in for everybody. So, yeah.
She ain't out there.
Okay.
My bar, she does.
Do you know?
Not every year. The last number, each property that is not very big. And you can type it in here, or in over here. Here's a copy.
On the contract. Let's do it. And that contract.
And search.
Just, yeah. For this one, for this, I think she was initially.
And say that the one I just showed you was fire, and then it was an agent, if we get a new number, I guess.
No, my destination, he got rid of the property, that's what a young lady who's buying us. She just bought it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm looking no. I just.
Okay, now it's.
Oh, you got this up and down.
It's really good. Why you doing that? He went over there with me. So he didn't like it. No, he did. He was like, "Look." But I don't really know. He works in here. Now, what they supposed to do?
So, yeah, I owe a teacher.
Like 300.
Sure.
Because the contract, right? No. So, yeah. Yeah. No.
All right, now I got it. Okay, so in this box, you're gonna put in MLS number.
You should be checked.
Under listings. So you don't want to put any spaces.
Do you want us to use, do you want us just to follow you, or?
You can follow, you don't have to place you on your computer, I mean.
What are you doing, Michelle?
I'm going to give you a tree how to do the virus.
Oh, okay.
So I'll post you this, you can be calling some of the things, so no spaces between anything and just commas. If you guys know how to do this.
I don't.
I would like to present it.
So those are MLS listings,
These are the things that I showed.
that you show, okay?
And this is gonna be by your store. So,
Yeah,
So if somebody says, I want to see these houses this Saturday, she's putting in all the MLS numbers for the houses she's gonna show, correct?
you're
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Oh, but I just, you know, reach for all the elements about all in one. And so what's your, what's one, and then put the comma in.
Just go, keep going, no space.
Okay.
Click find.
all the numbers, no comments, no.
Right.
That's the internet. Just refresh, yeah.
I know.
Okay, so these are the three listings that I want to show my buyer.
Okay.
You can go into the cloud.
So check the numbers
Before you can select them all. Click in the cloud, and then create these buyers for.
Okay.
I always did the little car and showed up on the map, and then I would put the order I wanted to go in.
You can do that all in here too.
But
So is this just getting them a preview of what you guys are going to see, or?
And then I'm
We
gonna
save
say,
time because if they don't find out.
well, they're, most likely they already looked at this. I'm not picking a listing, they most likely already looked at the pictures and everything, so this is what I want to see before I do this, yeah.
those are the houses that her client sends her to see.
Right.
I don't just say, hey, we need this house, it's gonna be great for you, and you're going,
Right.
they tell us.
So what it just did here was it. Here's all of them.
Mhm.
It shows them all in detail. So I'm gonna publish it. So here is. This is the one I used this week. So you have to publish it, and then it comes up, and it'll come up in a PDF format, so you can either send them a link right from the cloud, or you can send them the
Email.
PDF. In their email, and then that way you already know what you're going to see in the itinerary. I still text them the itinerary, I don't know about you, I text them everything we're going to see, I'll send it in email, and.
I don't send them, I tell them what time we're meeting, and then I say, and this is the order we're going in.
Yeah,
Michelle, I'm sorry, I do not see a big difference.
Yeah.
Between cloud CMA and then a regular CMA and, or CMA, when you call it Reliant, which is.
This is a buyer's.
this is how everybody.
It's a buyer's score. But all you gotta do is just to change the step out and put the buyers in, and then that's how it exactly goes.
This is not a CMA.
So just do you, do you. Whatever one you like the best, use it. I just learned this and thought it was the neatest thing, so I thought I would share it.
Okay, well, that's
But
good.
you do you, whatever makes you happy, that's what you use.
So did it automatically put it in the order of the best writing one?
Yeah.
If you click for them, it'll tell you, they'll tell you.
Yeah, okay. So I'm on a team, so it's not gonna show my picture, it's gonna show Alex's picture. So this is everything that you would send them, right down, and you can customize all of this to however you want it to look. You can take pages in and take pages out. But here's the list of everything we're seeing in the order that we're gonna go in, so 1 and 2 were back to back, they were literally down the block to each other. And we had driving half hour.
Does it make you put it for you?
No. We have to make it.
But they have on there, you can click schedule, it's like a box, you can schedule all of them and then they'll send it. But those that you have to text for, things like that, they won't. But you do have to stay clicking, but you don't have to go to each one.
I go to each one just because if I'm showing 6, I need to make sure I'm confirmed for the one prior before I even make my next appointment. So, and it's kind of neat, it gives them, and again, you can customize every page, however you want it to look. You can move the features box and the marks, but it's giving them all these pictures, on their phone. The only thing is with the PDF, it's not allowing them to make comments, but if they want to print it out, they can throw comments. Here's them all the pictures. I would advise you not to print this out, it's by your budget. I don't know if you guys, you're working on your own and it's 10 cents a copy here. The thing that I thought was neat is it gave them restaurants closest by.
So you wait to get, like, if you have 5, you wait for number 1 to confirm before you
Not all the time.
Oh, okay.
Not all the time. But if you're all close by, then if you're close, these work. These are half hour apart.
Okay.
So these ones I kind of had to wait for. But if I have a buyer only looking in Orland, I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
make it work.
Sometimes you just have to make it work, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I was open to try something different, but okay.
yeah, when that first one and second, the first one and second one, I wanted to make sure they were back to back, and you figure out your driving time in between.
Well, the map was putting that for you.
Huh?
You could choose a map and choose optimize, and then it tells you which stop you have to stop on, second, third.
Well, yeah, this one did that. Yeah, this one did that, but you could go ahead and go see this, but. So I didn't have you guys make calls, but we have 25 minutes left. I'm open to questions or unless you need some questions.
I think they're like their own calls at home and then, taking the average, you being here.
Okay. So what questions do you have for me about your buyers?
Is there a template or, for solo agents, of the home buying process? So like you can
Like a
create your
checklist.
own PowerPoint or whatever?
You guys know about Michael Lewis?
Who?
Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. Are you guys in command?
Uh-huh.
There's stuff in command. I haven't gone around in command a lot.
Mhm.
Anybody know where John is today?
John is here. He is. He's got appointments. They're just on the cafeteria.
I got a template off of, from like my loan officer's page. It looked like a plot, and it said, I think it was 11 steps of the home buying process with pre-approval, finding agents. And I send that to my clients all the time, just so they know each step as you go along. So if you want, I can send it to you.
You can also find stuff like that on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's just like so much information.
All right, I don't see you all the time.
Yeah. I look for like on my core, like plan and stuff like that.
Why you just trying to have that?
Use tissue. They don't use it. They roll it, they make it, roll it, and wrap your hair around it. That's what they make it right now. Like, you know, like something you fold. I bet you can fold.
You guys have any other questions?
What's in here? This is not, I have a couple more pages of years of home buying, 6 steps of home buying.
Yeah, but you can take that and make it PowerPoint.
Yeah, this is, where is that, page? There,
What's that?
Page 31.
So Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, I have up here on the screen now, and you guys can see you can build most of your stuff right here. But in command allows you to build out your Facebook stuff. It's inside your Facebook app right on here. What I heard lately is that you're going to be able to do your listing presentations right out of command. If you'll be able to do all that stuff, that's great. Your listing presentations, your Facebook stuff, all from command. So if you guys aren't playing in command yet, start poking around, try to break it. Or you can also do a lot of stuff here on my Lewis Marketing Suite. I do like a lot of my open house brochures or my flyers from here, and then I download them into a PDF and upload them into Facebook to share or share them as a picture.
Would anybody else like the buyer's roadmap of texting?
Yeah.
You guys all have each other's phone numbers, right?
I don't.
No. Well, I think that was the best.
You want to check
Put your number in real quick.
What is it?
Sorry, what?
I have really fast.
My best resources are the people that I really agree.
Oh.
So I have a lot of info. I have it at night, so y'all don't have.
I'll give you my number.
I have your back. I have some right. You know, we're your script practice, but I'll script practice with anybody if you want. I find time that works.
You should just start saying y'all when you get here, because I find I do that.
I say y'all.
Okay, anybody else?
I say y'all.
Y'all, and I'm like,
Okay, you should be able to get it.
Okay.
So I know I didn't follow the book.
We can't tell.
I was gonna say, I didn't really follow the book. I do think, however, handwritten notes are amazing. I do think that people get a lot from handwritten notes. So whenever I go out and I go to this appointment, I always send an HR. Right. I think I'm slacking right now, but handwritten notes. So what I'm gonna do is have my daughter, I think my daughter, so it's a lot of my work. Oh, yeah, I think my kid's like a social media person. Yeah. So I'm gonna have her write a lot of handwritten notes. Yeah. And then I can just. So I went to Target, and Target sold a box of like 400. They're just blank cards, all different colors with colored envelopes. For like $15. And it comes in a little carrying case.
And how many were in there about?
That's out of it. I'll show you what I want.
So I have a little note I want to say. For Phil, but I don't want to think of it. I was like a lifesaver, right? So that you be a lifesaver. So your home, little stuff like that. Then I came up with another one. Now, Liz, and sell your home now and thank me later. Like little stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on today. This week.
Great, sure.
Yes, I don't have any. I went to the dollar store out there, not saying the cards from out there, but I paid
To show that it's on the first side, so you can stop getting it. But it's not.
Yeah,
just
in your
nice.
In the script book, there's thank you cards, thank you messages, in your script book. Like, you're gonna go to Isabel's house, there's a thank you card for Isabel, there's a thank you card for, it's all the way in the back, it's like the last, it's like where the last page is.
email to people for my open houses right away. Because I know if I send it out, it's gonna take a few days.
Yeah,
So I email and I, and
yeah.
I keep it.
So you're getting, in your open houses, you're getting the people, the leads to write their addresses down?
Sometimes they don't write their address, they'll do your email,
Yeah.
phone number, sometimes they don't do everything.
Yeah.
And so I, like, trying to get your address or.
Do you know in command, you're gonna be able to set up a landing page, that when you are at an open house, you can have your tablet or computer set up at that open house, and they're going to be able to type in their information right in there, and it's going to automatically go into your van. As a contact.
They haven't started that yet, though?
It's going,
It's coming.
I don't, it's coming. But I know there was one landing page John taught people how to make, where they could click on it and say, find out how much my house is worth.
Oh, yeah, you should.
And you could, yeah, I have to go and show you that.
It's in command.
Yeah, it's in command, but you can post it on your social media, on your professional site.
Okay, when everything's just changing there, the computer system.
Yeah, we're moving on to that.
So the dot group, I never knew anything about the dot group.
Good, learn DocuSign.
Okay, I
Yeah,
need
that's
to
what I'm
learn
learning now.
DocuSign, get paid.
No, you're still doing your green sheets the normal way.
Okay.
That's how you get paid.
Okay.
A green sheet is like how your commission is broken down.
Cause I'm like, I need to get on DocuSign.
DocuSign is where all the documents are going to be housed, for your contract, your buyer agency agreement, all your disclosure forms and everything. That's where you're gonna find it. You can also find it on Main Street.
Michelle,
Yeah,
where is this thing? Could I have a for sale by order? Like, actually.
it's in the script book, your next script book. This one. Make your no cards meeting, and that's girls as well. Especially from.
Oh, okay, yes, I got a for sale by order tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you guys have any more questions? No?
Where are you over here?
I'm in the back corner for now. Once I transition up to the front of the building. Looks like, you know, I'm gonna squat. I'm gonna do squatter.
Okay.
I will not be for that. I'll be
Yeah, so
squatter.
they.
Sure. Right. Yeah, so I'm not gonna hold you here. If you guys wanna go, you're free to go. If you have questions for me, ask away. I'll hang out here for around 15 minutes. If you want my business card, I have it up here. I'm more than willing to take it. I'm more than willing to help you guys out with anything you need, paperwork. Oh, please, yeah, paperwork.
You, I'm like, show me the house.
He's not here like two. Yeah. Yeah. Please, if you take my card, please make sure you call me if you need something. I'll meet you for coffee, lunch, I'll meet you at the office. You don't have to meet me here, I'm just going outside here. I don't There's Starbucks, yeah, I think Jersey, I will meet you at Starbucks, whenever you want. You maybe just like to chat. If you guys want to do it over the house with me, let me know, I'm more than willing, let's try to put like a long. Shadow. Okay, yeah, weather good, yeah, if you guys wanna like shadow open houses, only if you wanna go buy like buyer or whatever, you wanna go out, people out, see how many buyers. Right, I mean, the listing appointment, if I have a listing appointment, yeah, you have a listing appointment, I can come myself, yeah. For sure.
Hey, did all you guys register for Scott Schmeering tomorrow?
I did.
Let me tell you, the guy, he was here in June.
Sorry, Barbara, I did not know you wanted one. No, I did not.
I did not want to make it, I was walking through here.
Yeah.
So he is actually the hypnotist, and he's doing what's called mindset. And he does this really cool like group. It's not, he says it's not hypnosis, it's a relaxing thing. It's so cool. We sat down the last time we did it, and after we kind of came out of it, everyone in the room was like transfixed or whatever. And he's like, how long ago, we were looking at the clock, how long do you think we're gonna? And we started with like 5 minutes, 25 minutes. We were like all just like chill. It was awesome. It's great. It's at 1 to 3 tomorrow. I'll repost the link to Facebook or whatever. I tell you, it's so worth it. It's the best 2 hours. Everybody got so much. Yeah, you need to sign up. And it's really cool. It's a mindset success. You tell you how successful people are successful. And he's helped a lot of other real estate agents. Hopefully we're going to thank you. This is the one that's very.
Oh, I heard you in the original piece.
Yeah.
Now, what's the balls coming?
Oh, wait. I need to learn that. My parents did the same for the past 30 years. I'm not even kidding. If I show you my driver's license from 21, my parents did exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
So without
And then when I took a picture of all my driver's license, and I posted it on Facebook. I said, so nobody was gonna tell me that I'm gonna have to have an opportunity. And then somebody was like, well, look at words, man, keep it going. I had that in. I used to buy it. It was I will say about it. I will guarantee it by being exactly. It's ridiculous.
There's a big issue, there's strong. Yeah. So I go.
It is, and it's like like
Girl, I've invested, Oh, yeah, because we can only day. I start like a switch. They're not like over days, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you're not like me, it's right. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
That anniversary.
I
said, come on, let's go get on the other side.
I like red.
That's my family. That's my campaign. That's my campaign. Every holiday, I try to get my I want you to be, I want you to grow your up. You gotta stay at home. I did, that's me.
Every holiday, it's so relaxed. That's what we did. I got him to do that maybe 4 years. Man, I'm sorry. I didn't tell him because I told him he wouldn't win. We did the hours on manicure, pedicure, and facial. And he was okay with it. He was like, I ain't doing it no more.
Because he liked that stuff. He ain't gonna get nothing.
Right.
Yes, he did.
Every now and then he runs straight down. You know, it's good. It's his hand. But you know, it's like, oh my God. Yeah. I got this back right here.
I'll be like, I'll be back. You stay here.
And look at right now. I'm home. I'm gonna call me the whole time I'm there. So, okay, she can't wait.
I'm not.
I'm here. You no longer.
It's gonna be changed.
Yeah.
You know, we do it in breaks. But he's like, yeah, I'm saying. You want to see his face?
Because we just talked about, I can some of them. He's moving, he's off here. Uh-oh.
Well, and even too, it's a lot of yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I have your?
That's my son. Well, not necessarily.
I think you should and just see if it works. Everybody's feeling you can see yeah, it's not and then they go,
Did I meet someone, right? Yes. As you go, so.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and it just,
They sent us
oh, okay.
right, but they got a whole list of like in all areas. Because I think they do put one area. It is
more personal. Yeah, they just try to want to get it done. That I have.
I don't even say it ever, you know, like, I don't even know if there's something here. Other things I'm like, I'm trying to figure out my own job. So that, I can, but then there's a lot of, but it's, you know, like something like, you know, everything was like, I get it, yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm just, yeah. Right now, I'm yeah, I know, but that's like, I don't know. But that's what she was talking. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got one here. Right now. This is how I this is like, I was very structured. You don't want to and you're taking it all. You want to down a lot of time. She's still here. Yeah. I wasn't right. Yeah, yeah, because I go here, houses, they make it and call it different styles, they have a school or something, they print it out, and I have to go. Look at what I'm doing, the books are on there. This is what I had, and emails right over time, and show me, I know it's not, this is not, you know, no, just make sure it's all the logos. Nice. You guys just for the first time, just have somebody to look over, make sure you've heard more.
Up to whatever it is.
What organization?
Yeah, complaints, yes. If you're doing anything, make sure it's. I would say.
Okay, so
So
you
they
go on
submit
to
it.
you go on to the regular website. It should have all the ordinances on your shirt. So I would make sure you have bring orders once, and then when I was working, you're gonna be wanting to work for all I have to I don't think job.
So why, they told you the 24 hours.
Nice. You know, I'm gonna, this, I know, that's going on.
Yeah.
You submit that electronically. So I would go and find John Taylor.
Thank you.
And have him walk you through how to do that. Because you need to submit the buyer's agency agreement electronically.
Okay.
So Anthony, he signs it, it goes back. Or back.
He needs to sign it before I send it back to you.
The client, you're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brad.
You're welcome.
That helps, thank you.
Yes, so yeah, Anthony broker, Katie, Ryan. He's actually in the house.
Here's my can. Air conditioner for my open houses. You know,
That's smart. That's smart.
it's so bad.
And do you have a lender yet?
Actually, one guy stopped by when I was trying to sell him, putting signs up on the tree. And I couldn't get in the house, and this was gonna be like, oh, how huge.
No, we've all been there, because we've all been there.
It's just not 3 miles away, I'll come and help you, and I go, okay, I got the dog box came up, the door started, and they're freaking.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're gonna tell her. I can't, she goes, and she's trying to do it. And it's not working, and then she has to call a family member of the owner of the house, and he lived in, they were in Palos Park, and he was in Frankfurt, so we had